Yo, right from the top, man. Led by Tyrese Haliburton's 26 points, 13 assists, triple double. They knocked off, quote unquote, the best team in the NBA. Chilltown, how do you feel about this victory from the Indiana Pacers in the quarterfinal of the knockout rounds to beat the Boston Celtics?
First of all, I want to address Ox. Ox, why that face so long this morning, B? What's the problem?
Oh, I just woke up.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was something else. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. So anyway,
no, you already know Chilltown. I know what time it is with them.
I thought it was something else. But two things, Ron. Number one, what are we going to do after the in-season tournament is over? Because this is like Michael Jackson in the middle of the Grammys. Like, you can't go on after this. Can we? Can we keep playing after this right here? Because last night felt like game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. And if Indiana loses, they go down 3-0. That's what that looked like to me. That looked like a playoff game where it was huge implications. The thing that bothers me about Indiana is that they've proven that they can defend. Don't let that 112 fool you. They held the Celtics to about 105. And they did that largely playing defense in the half court. Not necessarily in transition, but in the half court. They got big stops. So they've shown that they can defend. So because you've shown you can defend, I'm not trying to hear this no more about you being the worst team in the league defensively. Remember, Ron, these last 10 games before last night, they've given up on average 130 a game on average. But then you turn around last night against arguably the best team in the league, and you basically hold them to 105, right? And you shut them down. So now this should be the norm for you guys. This is what you guys should be doing on the regular. I thought the third quarter was what turned the game around. Because early in the game, they went after Tyrese Haliburton. They destroyed them on the backboard. The reason why they destroyed them on the backboard because the game was so fast. It was one and done most of the time with them. I didn't love Jason Tatum falling in love with the long ball. He got back to his mid-range in the second half. I think the game turned in the third quarter when Coach Mazzulla went to that. He went to that when Rick Carlisle went to that small ball lineup, and Coach Mazzulla went to his small ball lineup, but stuck with Cornette because he was the odd man out. It reminded me of what the Clippers did with Rudy Gobert, where O'Connell, is that his name? Mike Conley. I keep forgetting. I got the backup point guard for him.
TJ McConnell.
He was going after Cornette. Cornette blocked the shot one time, but he was obviously the mismatch in all of that was going on. And I thought that it would have been a better idea to take him out and match that small ball lineup. I still don't understand why Brissett is not in the lineup. I don't get it. But what I've seen from the Indiana Pacers, you guys can play defense. And the fact that you can play defense, now you have to continue this because this could be the difference in one, you hosting a playoff series, or two, you in the play-in tournament and you fighting for your playoff lives. So I thought they did a good job defensively more than anything. That's what impressed me the most about them. I can't believe I'm saying that about the Indiana Pacers, but that's what impressed me the most about them. I could talk about Tyrese Haliburton until I'm blue in the face. I'm sorry. Damo said it in the summertime that we need to see these dudes on TV more. I think this is going to catapult the Indiana Pacers and get more behind the younger guys in the NBA because it ain't just Tyrese Haliburton, who is fantastic, by the way. Guys like Anthony Edwards, guys like De'Aaron Fox, guys like that. We need to see these guys more on TV because as much as I love LeBron James, as much as I think Kevin Durant is awesome, these guys are going to be around way longer than those guys. So we need to start seeing these guys more. And last night was a testament to that.
Mars, talk to me about what you seen last night in this game.
I saw a good game. I really like Buddy Hield. I might be like the only person on the planet who like really likes Buddy Hield. Like I hear a lot of negativity around him. I think he's really good. I think Indiana are lucky to have him. But yeah, their defense was good, but I think a lot of it is I think Boston just played into their hands a lot of the time. Where Indiana struggle is dealing with penetration. Pause. And Boston just seemed to not really get downhill as much as I think they should have. But credit to Indiana, they looked great. Tyrese looked great, especially in the second half. And that 4-point play was amazing.
Game's over.
I guess the biggest compliment I could give is that I think Haliburton was an all-star last year, right?
Mhm.
I think he should win most improved player. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give him. And the fact that he went from an all-star level player last year to the fact that I think he's the most improved player this year is a testament to how great he's been. Obi Toppin fits his team like a glove. That's a great fit for him. TJ McConnell is probably taking the title of best backup point guard in the NBA since Tyus Jones now starts. He's been fantastic. Indiana are a dangerous team. Now, I don't think they're going to win anything in the playoffs, but I don't think the expectation for every team should be, can they make the finals? I think we should be happy with the progression Indiana's making. And then being a tough out in the playoffs, or just being a playoff team, is something that we should commend and applaud. And like I said, they were going to win the game. It came from Boston hate, but who cares? I was right. So yeah, I think we should focus more on how good Indiana are instead of talking about what went wrong for Boston, because I think we do teams like Indiana a disservice in just talking about when the bigger team loses, this is why they didn't win, this is what they should have done differently. I think we should commend Indiana for how well they've played and how well they've been playing.
Do want to throw in this tidbit right here. Remember last time they played the Boston Celtics? You guys all remember that?
They lost by 50, right?
Yeah.
No Haliburton in the lineup.
Off the floor. No Haliburton.
No Haliburton in the lineup.
Chill, it's funny you said that. Remember I said with Hallie it looks completely different. And then you and Ticket were like, Ron, you already know how Ticket came. And then Chill, you were like, Ron, how much of a difference does he make?
I said they beat him by 25. I said they beat him with Haliburton in the lineup. They beat him by 25. That's what I said. But that's not what happened last night. No, that's not what happened last night. Haliburton is the engine that makes that team go. Like Mars said, like we should be commending these dudes a little bit more. Mars, I'm one of these people that once I see you do something, that's what I expect now. I don't expect it to be sparingly. I don't expect it to be every once in a while. Once I see that you can do something, this should be the norm. And I saw the Indiana Pacers defend at a high level last night. We're in the middle of we're going into the fourth quarter, and they got the Boston Celtics barely at 90 points. So it's obvious that you guys can defend, and you can defend at a high level, one of the better offensive teams in the game. So if you can do that, there's no reason why teams should be running it up on you guys. There's no reason for that. None. You got one of the better rim protectors in the game. I see what you're looking at when you talk about Buddy Hield, one of the better floor spaces in the game. Definitely that. And he can get to the basket. That weekend is something that was really surprising for me. But it really shouldn't be a surprise because when he was in college, he could score at a high level.
Damo, talk to me about this game. I know you got mixed feelings on this. Let's hear it. What you got?
Well, for starters, I just want to say the same way that Reese wasn't there and they got beat by 55. I mean, the best player on the Celtics wasn't there. Porzingis. I've been pushing this agenda since he got there. The real number 1A, 1BS type of player wasn't there. Not to knock the Pacers or not what the Pacers did. I just need to put the context out there because I just noticed they have 5 games this year. I didn't know that was a thing. They played 5 times this year apparently. I didn't know that was normal, but
that's just because it is, Damo. Because the in season, that's because of the last.
That's why.
Game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's only because of this game last night.
Okay, I'm looking. This ain't games 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, that's new, but I keep forgetting the Mid-Season tournament is the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and chat up the screen like I did watch this game. I caught a little bit of the game. Caught Reese being amazing. I was doing the pod, so I caught a lot more and actually watched the Pelicans and Kings game. So I didn't really catch this game. I did catch the highlights, and obviously I seen Reese go crazy and explode. Pause. Mm-hmm. I'm here more so to just say, the best player on the Celtics wasn't there, and I'm gonna add Tyrese Haliburton to the list of people who I assume watch this show because ever since it was said that he doesn't jump off the screen, he's just been jumping off every screen he's been on. Oh my God. He is a man on a mission. Hey, literally just, I don't get off the screen, but I'm going to jump off all 5 screens to make sure you see me. Because he is
Hey, Ron, what run is that?
That's the one he be hitting. You ain't seen him do that?
Nah, I'm not hit.
Oh yeah, after he hits a three. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I'm
his
not
little
hit.
celebration. He get to skipping down the
That's
court.
fire.
I see
Yeah,
he don't
so-
be on none of your two screens either.
Don't be on the
Oh,
screen,
three
man.
screen, laptop, phone, and you got a TV, right?
Go ahead,
But
Dom.
nah,
My
But
bad.
I'm wrapping it up. I promise you. Yeah, Reese has been amazing. I will say, in terms of point guards in the NBA, he's definitely having. I don't want to say the best season because Luka is him, but outside of Luka, who's the anomaly here, I would say Reese is probably having the best season for any point guard in the NBA. I'm not gonna call him the best point guard in the NBA. I'm not saying that, but in terms of seasons, he's
Not
having
yet.
so far,
Not
he's
yet,
genuinely-
Damo.
he's genuinely having one of the second best season because Luka's crazy. I looked at Luka's numbers yesterday. I had to take. Luka's he's having the best point guard season. Luka still's having a better season. I'm sorry, but he's up there. I'm with Mars. If he can win most improved player, I'm definitely for it. I have no issue with him being, as of right now, being the starting point guard or starting guard in the All-Star team. I have no problem with that because he's playing like it. And it is a disservice. I said it to Ron when I seen it. OG, you seen it too. It's a disservice. This man has only played 2 national TV games his entire career so far. Makes no sense. I'm going to keep saying it every chance I get. These players need bigger opportunities. Not bigger opportunities. They need more opportunities to be seen. There's no reason why you have all these great young stars, these great developing players, and they can't at least get 10 national TV games. I'm not even saying put them on half the season. Just give everybody 10. You can balance it out equally. There's no reason why people aren't seeing Reese. I had people tell me, it's about winning. They're not winning. Good basketball is good basketball. You don't need to win all the time to show that you can play and draw attention. If it's a good game, the loser of that game is still going to be great. It's like a great UFC fight. If you go out there, it's a 5-round split decision fight. They don't look at the guy that lost and says, he doesn't deserve to be. No, you get praise for being in a good fight. You fought a good fight. You lost. You win some, you lose some. So this should go. Tyrese Haliburton only having 2 nationally televised games in 4 seasons is insane to me. Give these guys more TV games. Give the Magic more TV games. I was saying that this summer, and I was looked at like I was crazy. Now everyone's missing the best defense in the NBA. How France and Paolo are probably the best. Hey, I said it. The best duo under 22, 21, 23, whatever it was. People are missing that because it's not being put on TV.
Damo, are you prepared to put him in? I want to make sure I heard you correct, Damo. Sounds like you said that Tyrese Haliburton, we having a conversation about him being the best league guard in the game. That's what it sounded like to me.
Again, he's having that type of season. Like Kobe said, I've seen a lot of guys have great seasons or have a phenomenal season. I don't know if this is his phenomenal season or if this is the start to something great down the road. I'm just saying, in terms of
don't ask me the question.
He's having a good year. He's having a great year. I'm not gonna call him better than nobody. I'm not here for that conversation. I don't want to put nobody down to hype nobody up. I'm just saying what he's doing statistically and how he's playing, his importance to that team, as you can see, losing by 55 without him, winning by 10 with him. The importance, the impact he has. If you ask Ron, none of these guys are playoff basketball players if he's not on the court. The guy's having a phenomenal year. He has to be having bare minimum top 3 in terms of point guard so far. In terms of seasons he's having.
We barely a month. We're a little over a month into the season, and like we talking about Tyrese Haliburton in that conversation. So, like, what's going to be the conversation in a year, 2 years, if he could keep this up? Like, what's going to be the conversation if we see this guy in the postseason and he does what he's doing now? Now, I don't expect 27, 12, 11, and 0 turnovers, because if I'm getting that and they're making playoff runs, I mean, I'm having a difficult time.
That's what he averages.
But
not 10 rebounds, not the 10 rebounds. But he averages.
But we've seen guys, Julius Randle's a prime example of guys 25 and 10, and then playoffs come and it goes the other way. I'm not saying that's what's going on with Tyrese Haliburton. No.
Would you not say that? You the first thing you came on the show and said was that feels like a playoff environment. Obviously, it's not the playoffs. That's what it looked like. It's in-season tournament, but it was playoff vibes. That's a very tiny sample size.
Ron, those ain't no playoff vibes, bro. The implications are completely different. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, though, but that's not. I mean,
so
it was a crazy
atmosphere. In there waving the towels. That doesn't mean anything. It's still a.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to try. I don't mean to try to take away from like the environment and how crazy the crowd was going, but the implications of that game mean nothing compared to what the playoffs mean. You know what I'm saying? Like the Celtics are still about to win the championship, and
that's not true.
It is true. It's very true.
Okay, number one, I'm the ninth guy in the rotation. I'm getting to play for 500 stacks. That's number one.
Yeah, but that $500
I wasn't getting that.
Would not. But that $500,000 would not get your name forever immortalized in where is it? Canton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's the Pro Football.
Where's the basketball? Springfield, Illinois, right?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, Springfield. You know what I'm saying? So, or Massachusetts,
right.
not Illinois. One of those. Right. But you know what I'm saying? So, like the game was crazy. The atmosphere was crazy. I enjoyed it. I think it's good. I'm impressed with the in-season tournament. All I'm saying is it's not going to be, it's not a play. It has no playoff implications, though. That's all I'm saying.
I think
I will say I am worried about, in terms of playoff Reese, I am worried. I am a little bit worried, and just because he has self-admittedly said he hates playing the game slow. That's one setback of his. I don't know if he called it a setback or one thing that he can't do. Because I know on the podcast with Paul George, I was talking about things guys can't do. Like Anthony Edwards can't throw lobs. Like he said that. He admitted that. I don't know if that was – I have to watch the clip again. I don't know if it was along the lines of I can't play slow or I just hate when the game slows down because I don't like to play basketball that way. So I don't want to misquote him. But that is a worry I have. I know his skill set's great, but if he – doesn't learn to be able to play at a pace or slow the game down or really play in the half court, which I don't think is going to be too hard for him. It's just something he doesn't like to do. That would be an issue. So around next year, around this time, if he goes to the playoffs and he's only averaging 23, 8 and 5, well, 23, 8 and 3 with more turnovers and less efficient, then we can dial back the conversations. But if he goes in the playoffs, then even if they lose in the first round, if he goes out there like De'Aaron Fox was last year for the most part in the first round, we're going to have a new conversation about Tyrese Haliburton. If this continues for 2-3 years, if you want to be honest with you, you know me, I'm gonna get nasty with the agendas I'm pushing. Steve Nash can never. I'm gonna get up here on this mic and I'm gonna start being flagrant if this continues.
It's interesting you bring up Steve Nash because you talked about the pace. I mean, can they play like what Phoenix played like in the mid 2000s? Can they play like that and play a little bit more defense and be effective as opposed to just letting teams run it up like the Phoenix Suns did, and we just think that we can outscore you like a punch drunk boxer, Damo. I think I can hit you more than I can stop you from hitting me. So I mean, sure, that works. But when you get deep into the playoffs where teams actually set tempo and teams will slow you down, they will not allow you to. Well, prime example would be last night. I mean, don't get me wrong. Indiana sped the game up, but when the game started to slow down, they did get a little stagnant because Boston does play defense. And they did slow them down because they want to run it up. They did slow them down and they wanted them to get into a half court, which they did, right? Which they did do that. But with that being said, when you got a guy that's as efficient as Haliburton is, when you got a guy as a big point guard, as efficient as he is, as savvy as he is, all of those things mixed in, I'm just having a difficult time why we wouldn't really realistically be having a conversation in another year, 2 years about him being the best league guard in the game.
Well, I will say he's already.
I'm not waiting 2 years.
You can say that.
I've seen enough. But I'm not gonna go into that tangent and all of that. Ox, I want to hear how you feel about last night's game, the Pacers and the Celtics. Yo, Jalen and SB, what's going on with y'all?
Man, another day, another grind. You know, it was good. 2 upsets yesterday. The Kings got to go. Boston had to go. That Boston defense looked a little shaky. I just thought that Boston defense would look a little better. You know, big game. I thought they got to step up.
I'll just say
he just knows how you were doing.
I'm gonna let you ride. Yeah, true. I got
he just knows how you were doing.
Okay, we good. You know,
salute, fellas. Hey, Ox, it's time to make that trade, Ox, man. Look, man, y'all lost
we
the
cool.
NCAA
We good.
Make the call, man.
There's nothing Zach LaVine can do for us.
Make the call, man.
Look, thanks anyway.
I got my morning tea ready. Make the call, man. We ready. We can talk business.
Nah, it's cool, bro. I have zero interest in Zach LaVine being a part of our franchise.
You sure? Y'all had trouble scoring
but
in
let
the
me focus on the question at hand, though, Ron. First of all, respect Jaylen Brown. Second of all, how the hell did we manage? I think it was just last season. Last season was the year it happened. How did we forget about TJ McConnell?
Because he's back.
I mean, I know everybody up here at some point in the past 3-4 seasons has been a TJ McConnell fan. Y'all can't tell me that for not one moment have y'all not been a TJ McConnell fan. When he was with the Sixers doing what he's doing now, he was doing that regularly with the Sixers, and we just forgot all about TJ McConnell. Man, shout out to that kid, man. I love TJ McConnell's basketball game. I love how aggressive he is. I just love the way he plays basketball. I don't know how we forgot about that kid, man. But anyways, chill town. Remember we was talking about Tyrese Haliburton and his pops. Tyrese Haliburton on the basketball court is his pops. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he played ball. I've never seen his pops play ball, but you can see his mindset is in his son on that basketball court. That is a dog, 94 feet. That's man. I can't speak high enough about Tyrese Haliburton. But I'm just impressed by the Pacers for withstanding that run from the Celtics. The Celtics looked like they was coming back to take that game away, and man, the Pacers, they held it down. They didn't let it happen. Shout out, Buddy Hield.
Hey, Ron, I got a quick question, right?
Because
I remember when the group chat was going crazy and everything.
That's it, man. Shout out.
Hey, Ron, I got a question though for you, Ron.
What's up?
When the group chat was going crazy and everybody was D-Riding Tyrese Maxey and Cam Thomas, who was the only two dudes that was pushing for Haliburton and said Haliburton in MIP? I think it was me and somebody else on this panel. Do you know that person? I think you know him very well. You look in the mirror.
The name doesn't ring a bell. Oh no.
I don't know, man. Do you see that person in the mirror every day? Yeah, I don't know, man. Because I think everybody was riding Cam Thomas. Oh, he gonna score, do all this and that. Tyrese Maxey pushing the James Harden agenda. And me and Ron was the only person kept telling y'all Tyrese Haliburton's a deal. He gonna get in most improved. He gonna be the best player out of all of them. And look who's still pushing and thriving as the best player out of all of them too.
We're gonna talk about SB reading a script or no? We're just gonna let that one slide.
What script I'm reading? What script I'm reading?
I mean, look, it looks like you're reading a script to me. I'm just
ain't no script over here.
Hold on, wait. SB, right quick. For the Black Friday 2 event, did you coach Ox, or did Ox hit you up and get some pointers on how to read the script, or did you go back and see how fluent he was? Shout out fluent, and then now you're incorporating that into your whole.
No, I signed a non-disclosure. I can't tell you how me and Ox trained and everything. Just know Ox was prepared, man. I can't give up. I can't give up the sauce, man.
Clearly, the training wasn't that good with the result.
Damn.
Oh no. What? Don't disrespect Ox like that.
Don't
disrespect. Hold on, wait. I got beef with Jada and Ox, right? So we had a debate on FYI.
Before you go any further, put that back up. Put that back up.
Super chat from K Cash 45. K Cash said, Hallie is 23, Luka is 24. Please be serious. Laughing my ass off. First, chill with the quote unquote Tatum has jumped Luka. BS. Now Hallie is better than Luka. No talk of his defense. Chill.
I know for a fact. I'm not on the fence. I'm not on the fence about it. I know for a fact that the comprehension skills in Europe are good. I'm sure of that. I know that they listen over in Europe. I'm not on the fence about that. So at no point, Mars, did you hear me say that Tyrese Haliburton was better than Luka? Did I ever say that? At no point did I ever say that. But I'm hearing this guy. This guy is saying, "quote I think he's better than Luka." This is what I'm talking about when we talk about comprehension, and what Damo talks about when he says guys they're just waiting to talk and they don't listen at all. At no point did I ever say he was better. What I said was, in 2 years, we're going to have a conversation. This is what I want you to do, my man. Just say what's really on your mind. Say you're a Luka guy and say you don't like me. Just say that. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I swear, bro.
Just say you're a Luka guy and say that you don't like me. Period. I'm cool with that.
Them Luka guys might be worse than LeBron's. I ain't going to hold you.
SB though, what's your takeaway from the game last night? What did you see other than Your thoughts on Haliburton?
For me personally, I'm an OG. I know, man, you talked about this a minute ago about like the NCAA tournament feel like a playoff game, and I told you I was like, it's kind of hard for me because I watch like games. This one actually kind of did feel like it a little bit more, and I like how you brought up about the Pacers pushing the pace. Honestly, I'm not even mad at it because this their first year coming together. I want them to just play how they play, and let's just see how it works because obviously this is their nice young team. They ain't gonna make no championship run. So I don't want them to change their pacing back and forth to get used to the playoff pace. Let's see what they do into the playoffs, like how the Sacramento Kings was last year. Boston, it is to be concerning about the defense because obviously this is a team competing for a championship, but I think that'll be fine. You know, the Pacers score a lot of points regardless. When you play against a team that scores a lot of points like that, there's no reason to be concerned. But great game overall. I'm thinking more towards like the future, but I'm waiting till we get to the point of like the Vegas point. So I'm ready to get past this point.
All right, cool. Jalen, talk to me about you was kind of getting into Boston's defense and whatnot. What's your takeaway and how do you feel about last night's game?
I just thought Drew Holiday and Derek White would have a better time in controlling Haliburton. I think he got what he wanted. He was able to score the ball efficiently. I think they should have maybe, I don't want to say double team because I don't know if that's the way to stop him, but just be more aggressive and maybe kind of try to stop the passing lanes with him. Because Tyrese Haliburton is the guy running this offense. Like where it's going to come from. So I think they just should have done a better job attacking him, making him uncomfortable. So I think that's something that the coaches will figure out the next time they see them, or if they have to see them in the playoffs. We'll see if that ever happens. That's definitely something that they'll improve on. But good win by Indiana. It was a great team win. Like Haliburton did his thing, but Buddy Hield shot incredible. Miles Turner did his thing, did what he had to do. And off the bench, Matherd and Naismith did their thing. So it's just a good team win by Indiana. I think the Celtics clearly did miss Porzingis. Al Horford, he was Al Horford out there, but clearly Porzingis with those few extra shots that he probably would have gave them definitely would have helped. But I think
Al Horford was what?
Al Horford was being Al Horford. Like Al Horford's 37 years old, 38, whatever he is.
I was told that Al Horford was going to dominate the game. They didn't need Kristaps Porzingis. He was going to do this, and this.
Who said that? Who said that?
Just take a random guess.
Mars, 100%. That sounds like a Mars take.
Nah.
Chill.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Shoot.
There's only one person who praises Dominican Dirk to that level.
Okay.
Let's be
honest. You got us on the big screen now. I already Miles Turner was going to let him have it.
Yeah, I mean, look, Al Horford's going to get you good defense. He's going to get you some boards. He's going to play tough. But, yeah, I mean, at this point, he's not really giving you too much. So, yeah, they definitely missed Porzingis. And in terms of the second game, look, I just thought it was a good game. The Pelicans, CJ McCollum is doing his thing. You have Brandon Ingram getting you buckets. That's a dangerous team.
You think Zion gonna turn down a chance to go to Las Vegas? He loved Dallas to Vegas.
I think Zion definitely wants.
It looked like he was trying to.
Market. Yeah,
man, Zion's not the problem. Brandon Ingram is the problem. How many times do we got to tell y'all that Brandon Ingram is the best player on that team?
Thank you, Ox. Thank you.
And look, I'm okay with that.
Look, I want to ask y'all something about the Pacers, and I want to ask y'all something about the Wolves a couple seasons ago. Because Chitchat, we just kind of talked about this game being a big game, but not really having real implications. Like it means something, especially money wise, but no real implications as far as basketball legacy, if you will. Do y'all remember when the Wolves and Patrick Beverly won that playing game and everybody was dogging them because they were celebrating about it, and that game actually got them into the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? How come it's not the same energy for the Pacers beating Boston? Nobody's acting like this game has many implications. But people now, mind you, I don't want to disrespect that Pacers win because that was a huge win. Crazy fans. The arena was going crazy. That was beautiful last night. I love to see good basketball like that. Just like I loved to see when the Timberwolves won that game to get to the playoffs, and I was not mad at them for celebrating that way. But how come that was wrong, but this is right?
Because they have Aaron Neesmith jumping on the scorer's table like he was Kobe Bryant in 2010. That's why.
I'm just money on the line, man.
I'm just kidding. It's money on the line in the playoffs too.
That's not why. That's not why. Who did the Wolves play that game?
The Clippers.
The Clippers. Okay.
So Patrick Beverly had something extra to beat the Clippers too, though. So it was
that's not what it was. That's not what it was.
It's emotions to the game.
There's more implications too, Ox. I mean,
it's just because y'all hate Patrick Beverly. Y'all hate Patrick Beverly and love problem, Ox. You know what that is? That's just. I'm not talking about y'all necessarily. I'm talking to the national YouTube television right now. But as you know, SB, because you're doing it, so I'm looking at the screen because that's what StreamYard is. But anyways, But anyway,
there's more implications in the NCAA tournament, though, Big Ox. It's way more implications.
Not more implications than making the playoffs.
Did you see that trophy? It's the championship on the line.
So you telling me it's more important to make.
It's a goal to win. It's a goal to win.
It is a goal to win. That's not what I'm arguing. I understand that. I understand that. Like, it's not lost on me. It's not lost on me that this is still competitive basketball and that you can get a championship and everything. Right. But I'm saying. What I'm trying to point out to y'all is the hatred that the world has for Patrick Beverly compared to Tyrese Haliburton. I think it goes back to that marketing thing. The dark-skinned villain versus the light-skinned knight in shining armor.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Like that. But you got one that's a potential superstar, and one is a role player. Ox, come on, man. He didn't look
like a role player in that game.
First of all, why are we all
No, that's right.
That is fact. But why are we arguing what Tyrese Haliburton did? Why that wasn't the same as what Patrick Beverly did? Because number one, that Timberwolves team was okay. This is in the middle of the season, and this has playoff implications. So if you beat the Boston Celtics in an environment like this, moving down the line, this can make your team even better. And when you see Boston Celtics in the playoffs, you know that we have a legit shot at beating them because we played in this environment. We have beaten them, as opposed to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who, I mean, if we're being honest, you got the last ticket on the plane. That's what you did. You basically got the last ticket on the plane.
I gotta say it, Chitchat. I think that's an awfully naive take, brother.
Wow.
And what's naive about it?
The fact that this game. This comparing this to the playoffs, it's crazy. They made the playoffs.
Well, here's my question: What's crazy about
making the playoffs?
Right, they got dogged for making the. I think was it the playoffs or the play-in?
They won in the play-in to get into the.
So they won in the play-in to get into the playoffs. This right here has playoff implications. You saw the atmosphere last night. This is what the playoffs looks like in December. We're giving you an idea of what you can be, what you got in store for you in 3-4 months from now when the actual playoffs start. Which is why I said that, how do we go back to the regular season after that? How do we go back to the regular season after that? Because in January, when Detroit comes to town, or when they play Detroit in a couple of weeks, do we still have this same energy? Can we keep this same energy? As opposed to what Pat Beverly did and those guys did winning in the play-in at the end of the regular season. This is a way bigger deal, man, because we're getting ramped up for what could be. And I can't.
I think it's very exciting. I think it's very exciting, and it's really good basketball, and I really do enjoy it. And I'm happy that we finally got a play-in tournament, and I hope that we keep doing this every single year because this was really good basketball, competitive basketball for November, but it has absolutely zero playoff implications.
Ox, I'm noticing some type of energy from you. I don't think you'd be saying this if the Kings. I don't think you'd be saying this if the Kings didn't get eliminated because you.
I would be saying that would make zero sense. That would make zero sense.
You weren't talking like this about this tournament before then.
See, SB, unlike you and everybody else, I'm realistic about my team. I don't let the shit just fall over my eyes and be like, oh my God, we're doing this, we're doing that. If we lost, I say I don't like playing the Pelicans. You could ask Kill right now, he'll tell you. The Pelicans are the one team I hate playing. I said yesterday, I was like, I can't confidently say we're gonna win the game, and then somebody got me riled up, so I started talking some shit. But come on, bro, like I don't care.
I'm just saying. I done heard you talk about this multiple times.
I care about these.
Your energy don't sound the same.
Now, all right, whatever. If that's what you think,
that's cool. I'm not tournament don't matter no more since the Kings out. That's crazy.
I didn't say it don't matter. When did I ever say that? See what I'm saying? Don't be one of those. Don't be one of those people. Don't act. You're not in the chat right now, SB. Don't act. Like you up here on the.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why it's not a big. Again, I'm not a fan of the in-season tournament initially. I was like, this is a money grab. I'm good. But from the competition aspect of it, I think this is great. This is fantastic, man. And
you can say
it's
I'm the first in-season tournament champion.
And it's going to get even better.
It can be great and not have playoff implications.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why wouldn't it have? Here's my question.
Because all it does is add a win to your regular season record. The Pacers are now 11-8. Mm-hmm. That's not the same as the play-in tournament that actually gets you into the playoffs. That's the whole point Ox is making. That one
it might not have
bigger playoff implications.
It might not have
a regular season game in terms of playoff implications.
It might not have playoff implications, but it has in-season tournament implications, and there's certain things that's on the line. They're playing for things. On top of that, when you strip the trophy down, when you strip the all NBA, all in-season tournament, when you strip the money down, it's still pride at stake too. Do you think a team like the Indiana Pacers want to beat the Boston Celtics very badly, the number one team in the league, at home? Your crowd's going crazy. They want to beat the brakes off of Boston. If Boston came in there last night and would have whooped them, they would have walked off the court with their heads down. It wouldn't have been like a regular game. They would have been tight. Like we got to the stage. We went 4-0 during the whole just regular group play games, and now we got to this point just to get scraped. No, you could see in the way they was playing, you could see in their energy, you could see the bench, you could see the emotion. They wanted to beat Boston very bad, and they went and they took care of business on their court because there was something at stake. You can just tell.
I feel that way, Ron. I feel that way. I just don't feel like it has playoff implications. But
the reason why
I'm with you, but Ron, I'm with you 100%. 100%. I'm with what you just said, though.
And it has playoff implications too. I don't understand why you guys don't see
it. Doesn't have playoff implications.
It counts to your regular season game.
See, this is I was just about to say. It counts to your playoff implications just as much as when the Houston Rockets play the Oklahoma City Thunder next Wednesday. That's how much it counts. Just the same as any other regular season game. Because all it does is give you one win or one loss. If you want to say every regular season game has playoff implications, sure, you are right. Because you have to win regular season games to make the playoffs. The point Ox was making was this doesn't compare to the play-in tournament that the Minnesota Timberwolves won, but they got dogged more for winning that when that actually got them in the playoffs more than this game changing from Indiana going 11-8, where they would have been 10-9 if they lost. This is one game that is over the course of 82 compared to a play-in tournament game where you have one game to get into the playoffs. One clearly had much more playoff implications. Now this has 182, which is a decimal, is like 0.004 maybe.
Hey, Morris, can I get one of them access on Amazon?
I think Walmart Plus or whatever it's called. I think Walmart got it. They got it for the low too.
The reason why I completely disagree with this logic, I do, and the reason why I disagree with this logic because I watched the Philadelphia 76ers in 2001 in January lose to the Chicago Bulls. I don't know if you guys know this, but at the end of the regular season, they were tied with the Los Angeles Lakers for the best record for the same record. And guess what? Philadelphia now has to get on a plane and go to Los Angeles instead of Los Angeles coming to Philadelphia for 4 of the 7 games. That's playoff implications. That stuff matters early in the season. This is not just any regular season game. No, we're talking about a team in Indiana that's a playoff team, and we're talking about a Boston Celtics team who is also a playoff team. So if we get late into the season and these records are comparable and they end up losing to the Indiana Pacers, and now we have the Boston Celtics tied with them. It's the difference between us having to get on a plane in Game 7 and going to Boston as opposed to staying home. These things matter.
What if the Pacers don't make the playoffs? Then we have to revisit this question, this conversation.
If the Pacers don't make the playoffs, that's something different. But what you saw last night, does it look like that's not a playoff team, Ox?
I mean, I've seen, no disrespect, Morris, I've seen the Rockets kick some ass this year. Now, I've seen them look like a playoff team. I've seen the Rockets. I've seen 2
weeks. Don't do that.
I've seen no, SB. But that doesn't matter. Chilton, I was talking about one game, so I can talk about a couple weeks. So if I've seen the Rockets look like the best team in the West in the West a couple times this year. Now I don't expect them to be a top 6 seed. I think they might be in the play-in, but let's say they get knocked out the play-in. Then what? So that's all I'm saying. This winning this right here does not it doesn't sign you up for the playoffs. That's all I'm trying to say, Chitchat. I agree with you as far as how competitive it was and everything like that. I wasn't trying to turn it into all this. I just wanted to point out the simple facts that Patrick Beverley got dogged and disrespected, laughed at, and humiliated, while Tyrese Haliburton, oh my God, he's the best lead guard in the NBA.
But it's different though. It's different. It's different. If Hallie would have been jumping in the crowd, going on the table, moonwalking in front of the announcers, it would have been different. It would have been, and on top of that, he didn't do that last night though.
Hey, Ox, this is nasty work, man. You Ox, this is nasty work.
Hey, I'll just say what y'all are scared to say, SB. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to say the things that y'all don't want to say because y'all don't want to ruffle no feathers. That's all.
That's what we here for, Ox. And that is not true, Ox. We are right, exactly. We are not here like, hey, Damo, how do you feel about this? Well, no, Damo, I disagree with you. No, get the hell out of here. That's nonsense. That is straight. That is straight nonsense. That these games don't matter. That is nonsense. That these games don't matter. Yes, they do.
I never said that.
They matter as much as every other regular season game.
I never once said that these games don't matter. And actually, Mars, I think they matter even more than these regular games because there's $500 at the end of the rainbow. 500,000. I'm sorry.
For the playoffs, it matters just as much as every other one.
Yeah. But that's all I'm trying to say. It's pretty simple concept.
This game matters just as much as every other 81 games that they're going to play.
Every game matters.
Go ahead, Damo.
Every regular season game matters the same.
But I was going to say, in terms of the in-season tournament and what we're seeing so far, in terms for the players, it definitely matters more than a regular season game. For the players, and I'm with Chilltown. I wasn't too excited for the in-season tournament, all the process, but the players are taking it serious and they're being competitive, so I love it. This matters absolutely nothing to the fans. The fans don't care about this. This isn't going to I promise you, if whoever wins the in-season tournament, Ox, if they go out there jumping on the stanchions, if they go out there running through the crowd with their jerseys off, it's going to be the same effect as Pat Bev in the play. I promise you. If Tyrese Haliburton wins the mid-season tournament, he takes his jersey off, gets to the mic and says anything is possible, and throws it in the crowd, he's getting one.
I don't know, Damo. They do win.
It's over.
They win $500K though, Damo. They do win $500K.
Damo, is he getting flamed, Damo?
How much is his contract? If Tyrese Haliburton is out here taking his shirt off, whipping around his head like a helicopter shot in North Carolina, and he's saying anything is possible, even for $500,000 after the contract he just signed, they're still going to flame him. That's it.
$500K is a lot of money to anybody, though.
That's absolutely fine, but I'm talking about the perception of fans, and from the look of a fan, if you sign a $200-300 million contract and you out here whipping your shirt around for an extra 500 bands, you're gonna get called a goofy. I'm just.
I can't have 500 mil, Damo. If I get 500K, I'm taking my shirt off.
Hey, I respect you.
North Carolina.
I'm just talking about the people, the same exact people you were saying that were killing Pat Bev. They're going to kill Tyrese if he does exactly what Pat Bev did. The difference is Pat Bev didn't. Reese didn't do that. He had a good game. He did what everybody does in the regular season when the crowd is going. You feel it. It's cool. It was a phenomenal game. As far as I'm concerned, these are just more regular season games. That's cool. But for the players, they do take it serious. And I will say this is more than just a regular season game for them. At least they're playing like it.
Now, Damo, I will say that it's a little bit more for the fans because the NBA is trying. They already got us on the hook. They already know that we're going to watch. This is not for us. This is for this is for the dude in the sports bar. This is for the water cooler people. They're trying to get them on the hook more. This is not for us. They already know that we're going to watch, so we already on the hook. Right. Yeah, we already on the hook. We watching Charlotte and Boston.
Damn, fuck me, right? I'm sorry.
We already watching Detroit and Boston in January on League Pass. We're already doing that. So that's not the issue. They trying to get everybody else on the hook, the casual NBA fan. So this absolutely matters to the fans, 100%. It just matters to different fans because they're trying to get a different audience. And it's working because if you look at the games and the competition level and what it looks like, oh, absolutely. Getting guys like Tyrese Haliburton more on TV. Now you want to find out who this guy is. Getting De'Aaron Fox more on TV. You want to find out who he is. That's what's happening in Sacramento, Big Ox. We're finding out that, damn, who is this guy? Even if you don't watch basketball, who is this guy that plays for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox? Or or Keegan Murray. Now you're gonna start paying more attention to them.
Right.
Speaking of which, we're gonna transition and get into that game. Unfortunately, somebody's heart might be broke up here, but that's all right. It has nothing to do with playoff implications. Before we move on to that, though, but before we move on to that, I do want to say, Tyrese Haliburton, if you're watching, because I think you do watch the show, just based on you jumping off the screen now, if you win that in-season tournament MVP, I need you to take your jersey off.
Don't do that. Don't
around
listen to him. Not listen wrong. No, don't listen wrong. Don't do.
You know what, Tyrese? You win that trophy.
Y'all just better enjoy that lottery, SB. That's what y'all do.
Oh, we loving that. We loving that lottery.
Hey, don't even worry about this season, man.
I know y'all. It looks like y'all need a better score in the second half, man.
Y'all gonna be seeing some red all season. It's gonna be a pissed off year for y'all.
I don't know how we got here.
Cause man,
all right.
Cause SB been a hater for the past 3 weeks, waiting. He just praying on our downfall.
And just look, man.
I just got a little saucy.
Ever since he lost that debate.
No. It's funny, right? So look, right. We had a debate on FYF. It was a tag debate about what would you.
It wasn't much of a debate.
It wasn't a debate. These Raiders go pick the Luka Bandit trade, and it made no realistic trades. You go back and listen to it. We picked the Magic, and the Magic are 11-3 with Anthony Black starting, right?
SB. Maybe you didn't understand like the same way Jalen understands business. You know what I'm saying? Take Jalen's business course. He'll hook you up.
They just looked at his face and just believed he was saying the right numbers. No offense. But
they looked at your face and knew
maybe the judges was Jessica. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like being called cute because they said like you make it seem like me and Mars ain't like ain't harmless or something. Like we like a little Pokemon or something. And she called chill. And
at least you got something. What the heck? It's cool. It's cool because Jessica, your pH balance is off. It's cool. It's straight. It's straight. It's cool. It's absolutely fine. I don't care.
We got that pH water available.
Jessica is always one. It's always one dude in the group. It's always one dude in the group.
Hey, Damo, you that dude that you holler at a chick. You holler at a lady outside the store or something, and she walk away. You be like, "Well, fuck you, you ugly."
Yeah, that's him. That's always the one.
No. No, that is not me. That is not me. That is not me.
Go clean that up.
I'm the dude in the group where if we all chilling and the girl walk up and come to everybody but me. Well, that's why you knock me, bitch. That's who I am.
Just so you know, honey.
You better say my shirt cute, ho. Like, what are we talking about? You better. I'm leaving with something.
I remember one time. It was like Thanksgiving. It was like Thanksgiving, right? And it was me and my big cousin. And we was dropping my auntie off at her house, and we went in like whatever. We was kicking it for a second, and we was about to go hang out. But I was younger than him. And my auntie said something to him like, "Oh, Daniel, you just so handsome. You look just like," and said one of her brothers like when he was younger. And then just looked at me, said, "All right, bye." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
What? It'd be like that sometimes.
Hey, Ron and Ox, y'all hoop together, right? Who was more of an L wingman? You or Ox? Which one? Who was more of an L wingman?
Hooping
or wrong? Definitely wrong. Definitely.
I was doing y'all
day. Around wrong for just 5 minutes. It's definitely wrong. 100% is wrong.
Ron and L
100% is wrong.
Wait, Ron always trying to get.
Ron is a. I don't even know him like Big Ox know him, and I know for a fact Ron is a black wingman. Terrible.
Let Ox answer the question,
please. I already know what this is, and I don't even be around. That's his man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
man. Is he an L wing man? Is Ron an L wing man?
Nah, he not an L wing man.
All I know is me and Ox have been in the trenches. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hey, comprehend that how you want to.
Hey, yo, chill out, Ron. My mama be watching this show.
I was gonna say, tag team partners. Eskimo brothers.
So y'all was in there like the duck.
I don't know what that means. Yeah. Only tag team partner I know is Mars and Ticket. That's the only tag team partners of the world I know.
Hey, I know Mars and Ticket wrong.
It's good to talk to you, man.
Mars, you Ticket not tag team partners of the world?
He said y'all the Dudley boys, huh?
Yo, chill out, bro. Let's move on. Let's talk about
this got out of hand quick. You see what you did, Jessica? Next time you send a super chat, Jessica. Address Damo, please.
Jalen, y'all stick up in the six.
That's all I ask.
I'm sure you will next time, though. But appreciate you though, Jessica. Appreciate you.
They're talking about suspend Jalen.
Can I ask a question real quick? Everybody up here, I just want to ask before we officially be done with the Reese conversation. Who's a better basketball player, Tyrese Haliburton or Ja Morant?
We haven't seen Ja in a year, but
just from the last time you've seen Ja, or what you know of Ja, who's the better basketball player?
I think Tyrese is a better basketball player.
Tyrese.
So Tyrese Haliburton is a Frame's top 10 player right now, then, because that's what Ja was when he was playing.
Ja was not that, but
I don't think
he was what and low, like when he was at peak, he was at least like 15?
he was mid-teens.
Yeah.
So do you have Tyrese Haliburton right now, like mid-teens?
Top 20 for sure, probably like the
we had this. Did we have this conversation last week, like 2 days ago? I said I think Ja Morant's better than Haliburton. I said that like 3 days ago. I think nothing's changed.
Yeah. But it's becoming a conversation though, for sure.
I do.
They're in the same conversation. They're in the same tier to me.
Have you guys seen that 50 Cent meme where he pulls up, looks over, laughs, and then drives off? That's what Haliburton has done to Ja Morant. Literally, he has.
So in a month, Mars, this is the logic that needs to be nuts right here. In a month,
the funny thing is, when Ja Morant comes back and Memphis go on like a little run and end up being the 6th seed, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Ja Morant was better than Haliburton."
Here we go.
Haliburton played all last year. You guys just didn't pay him no mind.
This is the same thing that happens when Steph missed all of 2020 and Dame went crazy and everyone was like, Dame's better than Steph. I told you Dame is better than Steph.
At no point Dame was ever better than him. At no point was he ever better than him. He just
when you don't see something for a while, you all of a sudden just forget how good that thing was when it was there. So I
was saying this last year about Ja Morant. You guys are a little more high on Ja Morant. I've kept the same energy. Oh, I can go back and get TikToks of me saying things about Ja Morant. I like Ja's a baller
in the league.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And I still stand on that. Like
I know you.
What made you come up with
I'm saying me though. But I mean I feel it though, Mars. Like if you feel that way too. But I'm saying like I the only thing Ja Morant does better than Haliburton is jump off the screen, literally jump off the screen. Other than that, Haliburton, he's more efficient. He shoots better, passes better, is less turnover prone, runs a team better. Defense.
And you were saying this last year.
They're both bad.
Last year,
Ron. Last season when you were saying this.
Last year, no. Haliburton wasn't in that.
So, Ron, what happened in a month?
It wasn't
a month, Ron.
Haliburton has improved. But
okay. Let's take
if Ja was playing this whole season, I don't think this would be happening.
No. This is what I'm talking about, Mars. We're talking about a little over a month. That's all we have. A little over a month.
It's not a little over a month, though. We watched him average 20 and 12 last season. So I seen him do it for a whole duration.
Having this conversation, Ron, about him and Ja last year when you saw him average 20 and 12.
So chill, time out. So chill.
Out the lineup.
Chill. So when are we supposed to have this conversation? Am I supposed to wait till next year?
Yes.
Just
okay. Well, check this out. So that makes my point. I seen him play last year, and I gave him last year to prove to me that this wasn't a fluke. He averaged 20 and 12. Now I seen him come because I paid attention to Haliburton last year when you guys weren't. I was high on him last year, so I waited the year. To this year, and I seen him actually take substantial steps forward. I seen him make this team a winning team. I seen all of that
without Ja in the lineup. But keep going.
Yeah, and it was points where, well, I guess when Haliburton was out of the lineup, Ja was in the
lineup. You did not have this logic. When you saw the 20 and 12 last year and you saw Ja, you were not talking like this. Ja's out the lineup, and now you see what your man is doing, which is fantastic, and you're talking like this. If Ja was in the lineup, you wouldn't still be talking like this. You would not be. But the fact that he's out the lineup, but the fact that he's out the lineup, you are talking like this, which, again, I dig Tyrese Haliburton. But this kind of logic right here makes me look at a bad chick and start thinking, yo, this chick ain't really that fine. Because of stuff like this from
we ain't gonna go that far. We ain't gonna go that far. We ain't gonna go that far. But
wait, hold on. I'm not gonna hold it against him. That's something.
Let me ask. Chill. What makes Ja Morant better than Tyrese Haliburton? From what
This
you've seen
is
from Ja
an
when he
amazing
was
question.
playing, what makes him a better basketball player?
So number one, I watch him in transition. I think he's better in transition. I think he's a better finisher at the rim. I think that they're both equal. I think Ja might be a little bit better as a defender. I think slightly better as a defender. I think Haliburton is a better distributor, and I think he's a little smarter. I think that Ja is a better one-on-one player. I think that Ja is a better athlete. I think he's better in the mid-range. I think he's better at getting off. I think he's better getting his shot off against guys one-on-one. That's largely due to him being a better athlete. All those things coupled in with the fact that how fast the game is, I think Ja is just better at this point.
So I think
And I
most
think
of that was just he's a better actor.
I think that can
I mean,
change.
a lot of it comes down
And
to
I don't.
athleticism.
And I want to make sure that we cleared. I want to make sure we clear, Damo. I hate the actual better basketball player logic. I don't like that, but I understand that it's part of basketball. Me and Mars, we go back and forth with this all the time. I don't like it, but if I'm comparing basketball player to basketball player, I think Ja is better.
I just want to say I do think it's interesting because we did have this conversation a few days ago. I don't know if Domo was here or not. He might not have been. It might have been the day he was suspended. The poll got put up that day. Who's better, Haliburton or Ja Morant? It was 52-48 to Ja Morant. Now it gets put up is 59-41 to Haliburton. So what has changed in 5 days that has swayed 12% of people? That's what I want to know.
It's the fact that
He's
he's
the last 5 days that's been like, yeah, now I'm just changing my vote. Like, what has he done? Was it the 10 rebounds he got? Like,
Mars, I knew when I ran the poll that was going to be the case too. I knew Haliburton was going to win this.
If that's
But
not
I'm telling
recency bias, then I don't know what is, because I don't know how that's just happened. It was 52-48 Ja Morant, and in 5 days it's now gone to 59-41 Haliburton. So how has Ja Morant, while not playing, gotten worse? Unless you think Tyrese Haliburton has improved in 5 days. And if he has, I'm delighted to know how you could tell me how he's improved in 5 days.
I just want to say this. One, I checked because when I heard Chilltown say it, I was agreeing with stuff he said about Ja. Ja's not a better mid-range shooter than Reese. I just looked at the numbers based off what they shot from where they shot. Maybe I should look at last year. Last year for Reese to actually prove this because maybe the sample size. But regardless, right now it's looking like Reese is a better shooter. That's cool. I will say the only reason why I brought this back up, because you're right, we did have this conversation. It's because Mariah's in the chat, and I know she loves Ja, and I just wanted to hear a lot of people say Haliburton better than Ja. That's really it. That like me and Mariah go back. I genuinely knew she was in the chat and was gonna get hella mad when everyone said Ja's not as good as Reese because he's not playing. That's really the only reason I asked. I've been to we had this conversation. I already knew where people stood. I never miss a chance to shit on Ja Morant when I can. That's really it.
You're a super villain. You're a villain. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
As long as you own it, though. As long as you own it, Damo, it's cool.
Mars don't own that he a scumbag. Damo don't care.
No, he does. Yes, he does.
Damo, you care that you're a scumbag?
SBB talking about me a lot for someone who's maybe sees me once every 2 weeks.
I don't see you at all. I don't see you at all.
So then you to be talking about me.
You know what that sound like?
Big
Ops. That sound like come on. Man, you don't know me like that.
You speak to me maybe for 2 hours every 2 weeks and have a whole opinion on me. You don't know me, buddy.
That sounds to me like, oh man, you don't know me.
We might have to engage in a bit of I need you to put your dukes in. I'm just saying, I'm happy with this.
Mine's talking crazy.
You said off your dukes.
Mom said you might need to step outside, SB. You don't know me like that.
Hey, SB, for real, I got my money on Mars. I know you from Chicago and everything, but Mars got that. Mars, you see what y'all don't understand is Mars got a little bit of London gangster in him. Y'all because
he got a pocket knife on him. Look, man, we ain't worried about that.
And Mars already made it clear that Mars don't really want smoke. But if he asking you outside, you know what that means. You know what that means. If he asking you to step outside, yes, sir.
Hey, SB, I do gotta ask, and I gotta get into these super chats right after this. But is everything okay?
What happened? What's wrong?
You just real smoky today. You came up here throwing shots at Ox. You came up here throwing shots at Mars. I'm just checking the temperature.
Nah, man, the smoke cool unless you want it. That's it, man. That's it. It's done though. If you want it.
Okay.
All
All right, y'all. We got super chats. We got
I'm
super
sorry, I'm
chats.
laughing, balls, man. You don't know me, dude. Put your dukes up.
I know it's hilarious.
I'm gonna get you the good old fisticuffs.
The fisticuffs.
Let's go.
MP13. Whew, SB, don't do it. Do not do it. MP13 said we need to revoke Jaylen Brown's quote-unquote defender tag that he gets. That boy is a hacking machine and a ball watcher. He zones out way too much.
Not only that, they switch a lot. Not only
his
that,
money
they-
back.
I've never been too high on his defense. So
and I'm
Yeah,
starting
depends
to.
on where-
I'm
Were people calling him an all-league defender?
people were a few years ago. I think more people are starting to become aware of the fact. He reminds me of Klay Thompson defensively.
You mean the
In
all-league
terms,
defender?
like, not this Klay Thompson, not this Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson
All-league
of
defender.
like,
Klay Thompson.
yeah, but who made it because I don't want to say reputation, but because he was a good on-ball defender who was a major liability when he wasn't guarding the ball. That's how I view Jaylen Brown, and I think there's value to being a good on-ball defender. But when you're on a team that switches everything, the value of a great on-ball defender kind of gets minimized because they're trying to switch anyway. So you just need to be more aware. Awareness is more vital than actual on-ball defense. So I think he's in a situation that doesn't maximize his strengths. So I'm not like trying to be too harsh, but I haven't been too high on his defense for a while.
I think he's still a really good defender. He obviously has flaws, just like most people, but I wouldn't say take his defender tag away.
Yo.
I think he's a really good defender.
What you do to him, Jaylen?
How you know who Aladdin was, SB? What are you trying to say? How you know he did Aladdin and you just went straight to Jaylen?
Hey, Jaylen, Max been after you since last week, Jaylen.
Max keep my name in his mouth. Like, it's staying there, but
Oh, so Jaylen, Aladdin is you.
Hey, Aladdin,
Chat,
Come on, man.
Chat, can y'all let me know who's Jafar, who's Abu up here?
Who the G?
Please let me know who is Jafar, who's Abu, and who's Genie. Also, too, I don't know. I think maybe Jessica might be Mad Max's girl, so it could be some cross references there. I don't know. If that's the case, though, you should be sending super chats at Damo from what he said. But you know,
that's another thing, chat. In life, if a dude has a problem with you, don't fight him. Just go hook up with his girlfriend, sister, or wife. That shuts him up real quick rather than you fighting the dude. That's gonna hurt him more too.
Why?
That hurts him more too.
That is terrible advice.
Don't take Jaylen's advice. Don't take Jaylen's advice.
If you really don't like the dude, I'm just saying, emotionally hurting him like that, that's gonna hurt him way more than
shot like that. Don't listen
his
to Jaylen.
wife, Jaylen, relax, bro.
I'm just saying.
Jaylen, I would say sister or mama, but
his mother.
What's wrong with y'all?
For you guys that's listening, Jaylen is going to get you killed. Relax.
Murder.
We're gonna get killed. You'll be all right. No, you'll be all right.
Stay out of that man's bed. Sister or mama.
When that guy approaches you, like,
mother. No, Ryan.
When that guy
Wife is crazy.
When that
You
guy
said girlfriend, that'd have been cool, but wife and mother.
Next time, stop at sister and girlfriend. Don't go further than that, bro.
Even if it's the wife, though, check it out, though. Even if it's the wife, though, if the guy
Yo, Jaylen. Jaylen, I got super chats.
You can just tell the guy, I'm really saving that guy from a lifetime of sadness and happiness too.
Oh, he's gonna understand that. He's gonna understand that, Jaylen.
He gonna lose half his house and home.
He's gonna save you from a lifetime of whatever you got going on.
A lifetime of life. He's gonna save you from your life will be over.
He gonna understand.
He's gonna understand.
No, you gonna understand.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
All right, man. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
All right. Let's keep it lit. Hey, we all do know the suspenders are flying out like Patrick Mahomes' spirals. So I just don't want to be Travis Kelce in this situation. You know,
if I'm claiming racism. As the only South Day, I'm claiming racism if I get suspended.
You did get called.
Arabian Nights.
Chill. I don't know where we're at right now, but I do know Bob sending in super chats talking about his team. Oh, hey, check you out, Ox. I mean, you could have just asked me, but
no.
Anyway,
every time you do this, Ron, we never get to the Kings, so I had to send in the super chat.
Okay.
Reimburse me my $5. Cash App it right now.
I got you. Big. My Cash App did get suspended, so I got to Venmo you. You got.
Wow, what are you doing on your Cash App to get it suspended, bro?
Scam.
Big Ox Bob sent through a super chat and said the Kings and Pacers trade was a win-win initially, but in the long run, the Pacers won. Hallie and Fox only got 1 year together, needed more time before the trade. How do we feel about this?
How was the long run? How was it already the long run? It's been a year and a half.
A year. Less than a year and a half, Big Ox. We just started this season, literally.
Well, no, because remember the year before we traded him like what was it, like 30 games left? So I count that part, and then last year, and then but it's still it's not even the long run. Like it'll be the long run in what 2-3 more seasons maybe, and that's still a short time. Like,
I think he's just projecting, but I think it's always going to be a win-win. I don't know why we always are so quick to try and find losers in a trade. I think both teams have benefited, and both teams will continue to benefit. Sabonis is what, like 28?
They got some. People forget they got the bonus.
I think he's 27.
Yeah, like 27. Like Sabonis got years left. Sabonis got years left. De'Aaron's going to get extended at some point. Like I think the long run for both teams is bright.
When they finna trade for another star, and they're gonna try to push for a championship.
Yeah, both teams are going to be pretty good in the long run. It's a win-win trade.
And you just said it yourself, Moss. Sacramento, do you have your league guard of the future? Yes, you do. Indiana, do you have your league guard of the future?
Yes.
Yes, you do. We straight. Okay. All's well that ends well. It's not like, yo, we got this dude and he's okay, and we got this dude. He's awesome. Both of those dudes are awesome. Both of them.
Halliburton and Fox, I don't think would have reached the heights they're at now. They stayed together anyway.
Fox probably will have, but not Haliburton.
Yeah, I think would have gotten Tyrese way too much. I don't think Tyrese would have been able to spread his wings like this. So. I'm happy for the young fella. You know, being able to show the world what he can do.
The Kings can do that for one more player, man. Do that for Keegan Murray. Let him spread his rings and become a star.
Anyways, Ron, go
There's
ahead.
no restrictions on Keegan Murray. None. He actually is getting yanked out the game for not shooting the basketball. So there's nobody holding him back.
I'm not seeing that from my perspective, OG. I'm not seeing that. I think he needs to go to a team.
I don't know what it is you're saying. I'm watching.
He's just trying to get him in Chicago. It's just an agenda. He's just trying to get him in Chicago.
It's not an agenda. I'm just looking at the scenario. I'm seeing what's going on with the Kings. They need another score. You know, it was kind of shaky in the second half with scoring. You know,
one of the best offense in the NBA need another scorer for sure.
They need a more athletic guy. You know, they wanted this guy.
One of the fastest paced teams need a more athletic
guy. A guy who can 360 look great in that transition game.
A guy that can 360. What is this?
Very athletic. You know,
what are we talking about? You just said a guy that can 360.
Yeah, he did. That's what he just said.
That's the only way he can try and market Zach LaVine, a 2-time dunk champ.
That's the only way.
That's the only way you can market.
It's a little shaky right now. So I gotta take what I can get right now.
SB, are you tampering right now?
100%.
All right, for sure. Well, you guys should join in with SB right now, and you see them QR codes down there. Tamper with them QR codes. Go check out anything that you may like on the site and go ahead and grab it. Go hook yourself up. Yeah, you deserve to treat yourself for holiday season. You deserve to treat your wife, your kids, your mom,
Jessica
as well. Go ahead and do that. Click that QR code. Go check out our merch, and yeah, I think you'll like what's in there.
It's the shirt down there. Y'all calling me a casual. It's a hoodie down there that say casual. Y'all should go ahead and buy that shirt so every time I'm talking, y'all can point at it and say, "This is what SB is," right there. There you go.
SB ain't come to play today, y'all. SB did not come to play.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. This is the perfect time. We talk. And before I ask this question, is there anybody up here that believes either team lost, the Pacers or the Kings, in this trade? No. Everybody thinks there was one of the more even trades.
One of the few trades where both teams win.
Yo, what's up with this, man?
I'm gonna go down in history saying it's a win-win, man. Win-win trade.
What? Oh, you finally clicked the QR code, Ox?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Man, I don't get no respect over here, man.
I got you. I'll put some strings for you. I get it together.
I tell you what, Lamont showed me more love than PC, man.
Lamont too. You know about that show.
He finna get traded like Tyrese Haliburton.
Hey, well, I didn't know an ox had wings, but I guess you could go out there and spread whatever wings that you got.
Not to pull a Haliburton.
What is it's the oxycorn? All right. Let's get into the second game of the night, though. We had the Kings and the Pelicans. If you didn't watch it, it was a good game. But the Pelicans, for the most part, they kind of controlled the game. The Kings came out in the beginning. They got out to a big lead fast. Pelicans came storming back, and they eventually won the game, kind of convincingly. I want to hear from you guys, though. How do you feel about the game? Chill, talk to us. What did you take from this game?
That Brandon Ingram is an offensive force. He's a scoring machine, and there's really not much that you could do with him. I'm surprised that I'm surprised that it actually took this long for me to see it, but I mean he's pretty incredible. Yeah, he is. I got to pay more attention, even though Ox and I have been doing this back and forth for quite a while. I need to start paying more attention to Sabonis than I do. I don't pay as much attention to him as I should, because I'll get wrapped up in De'Aaron Fox. I'll get wrapped up in how fast you guys play. I'll get wrapped up in watching Keegan Murray knock down open shots. I'll get wrapped up in that, and I'll completely forget about how good Sabonis is in dribble handoffs. I'll get lost in how good he is in pick and pop. I'll get lost in how good he is in transition, the glass cleaner he is, the dirty work guy that he is. I'll get lost in that sort of stuff because I get wrapped up in what I get wrapped up in what De'Aaron Fox is doing and how fast he plays and how good he is. I got to start paying more attention. Even though they did lose, I got to start paying more attention to Domantas Sabonis. Any of you guys up here know that I'm a Herb Jones stan. I thought he did a good job on De'Aaron Fox as much as he could. I mean, a lot of people say, he had 30, but he made it really difficult on him last night. I think Herb Jones is fantastic, getting around screens, challenging shots, recovering on defense, making guys make difficult shots. And I thought he did a really good job last night on De'Aaron Fox with that. Zion is just a bowling ball. That's all he is. At the end of the day, Zion is a bowling ball, and he's just going downhill. And
is that a compliment or
that was not?
He's a bowling ball. He's just going downhill, and you're gonna get ran over, Mars. That's just who he is. Anytime the ball touches his right hand, it's going back to the left hand. That's just it. And it's not touching his right. It's not touching his right hand for long. It's touching his right hand for one or two times. Mars, how you feel about Buddy Hield? That's how I feel about Valanciunas. I love him, yo. I absolutely love Valanciunas. Glass cleaner, dirty work guy. He's good on the box. He's not going to back down when you get physical with him, which is what Sabonis tried to do. I dig everything about Sabonis. This New Orleans team, they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be. They're actually really good. I enjoyed what I saw last night from them.
Chill. I'm actually just kind of glad that we get to talk about Valanciunas a little bit, because remember there was a couple episodes ago where we were talking about how we were going back and forth with Ticket, and we were saying no, Valanciunas really is like that. I'm glad that people can see that on a stage like this, and that we can come and talk about how nice he was, because there was a moment in the game where he was giving Sabonis all he can handle.
Yeah, he absolutely was, and I'm on record.
Sabonis was giving it right back.
Well, he was. I'm on record, Jalen. If the Toronto Raptors keep Valanciunas, they still win the NBA championship. If they don't get Marc Gasol and they keep Valanciunas, I still think that they win the NBA championship. As good as Leonard was, as good as Ibaka, all of those guys, I still think that they win the NBA championship with him. Yeah, still, I think he's that good.
Ox. Talk to us, man. What did you like and dislike about last night?
My worst fears came true. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a terrible matchup for us. Brandon Ingram. Keegan Murray was doing all he could. Like, Keegan Murray was doing everything he could on Brandon Ingram. It's just nothing. Brandon Ingram's one of those dudes you just gotta put a hand up and hope he misses. And that wasn't happening. Shout out to Herb Jones for making it really tough on De'Aaron Fox, slowing him down a bit. Like Chilltown said, if you just watch the stats, it's like, damn, De'Aaron cooked. He did cook, but it wasn't like
25?
That.
Yeah, 10 for 25.
I mean, either way you spin it, Herb Jones is a great defender. He did his thing. Really, it boils down to this. Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray went cold. Brandon Ingram got hot, and that's what happened. Also, I always do like the matchup because remember before the summertime, I was saying Lithuania could probably win it. That was before I knew DeMontis wasn't playing. He had the baby girl this summer, so he stayed home. But DeMontis and Valanciunas, that Lithuanian front court is lethal. And Valanciunas was trying to lure bro DeMontis last night, and he was successful a little bit. Them two been going at it since they were teens. You know what I mean? The Valanciunas a little bit older than DeMontis, but I think DeMontis held his own. I think DeMontis had a hell of a game last night. We just, I think we got 33 points out of our bench. I said we were going to get 45. We came up short, and Trey Lyles and Sasha, they gotta come through for us. But hey, like I said before, Chilltown, every time we play the Pelicans, I'm upset. I wish we could just take them off our schedule. I wish we never had to play them. I hate playing the Pelicans.
We'll play anybody else, not them.
I will say this though, Ron. I think we did a really good job on Zion. Like regardless of what stats or whatever, I think we did a really good job on Zion. But BI, like you can stop or you can slow Zion down. With BI, it's on him. Like, are you gonna make the shot or miss it, Brandon? That's it.
Okay. Damo, how do you feel?
Oh wait, my bad. One more thing.
Go ahead. You got it.
My bad, Damo. My bad, Ron. JaVale McGee, I think should have played more. I think when we play against the Pelicans, I think JaVale and DeMontis can play together. That's just my take on it. I think DeMontis and JaVale can play together against the Pelicans. That's all.
Okay. Damo, talk to me about this game. You said you caught it. What stood out to you?
My biggest takeaways from this are honestly, the Kings are fine. Just bad game for the Kings. Not a bad game, but just a loss for the Kings. Who's gonna be undefeated. Secondly, I was absolutely right about my assessment of the Pelicans. Go ahead and blow it up. It ain't worth it. Thirdly, for all the people that were on my nuts about Zion might not be the guy that he was drafted to be, it's true. He is closer to as of right now, he is closer to his floor than he is his ceiling. Zion is not the guy he was drafted to be. Trade him. BI has great value at this moment. I don't know how, much more value he can have when trade him. I love JV smacking Trey Lyles in the back of the head. That was hilarious. Trade him. Trade CJ McCollum. And
so you want to blow it up. You want to blow it up in New Orleans. Yes, you want to blow it up.
I'm still on the tip of blow it up again.
Gotta keep BI.
If this is about trying to win, if this is about trying to get a chip eventually, this is not going to be the team to do it. But if you're just going to sell tickets, if you just want to sell merch, if it's just business, keep the team the way it is. Keep Zion. Hold him forever. Hold him ransom like the Sixers are doing with Joel Embiid. Don't let him go. Keep BI. Don't let BI go. Keep them there if you want to just sell tickets, sell merch, and this is a business. I'm strong on that stance. If this is not about trying to win, keep the team how it is. If it's about winning, you need to retool because this core isn't going to do that. It's not going to do it for you.
Damo, why not?
Last
season, that's what I'm saying. Damo, last season before Zion got hurt, this team was at the top of the Western Conference. Before Zion got hurt, they were at the top of the Western Conference.
4 seed, right?
It was the 2 seed.
I heard this story. I heard this story before.
No. Let me ask. Now, Chilltown, do you have them getting through the the Nuggets at any point in time, being the 4 seed last year?
I did not. No.
Okay.
Man,
doesn't matter what
doesn't
matter what their seeding was last year. They weren't getting through the Nuggets. And my point is this: I understand they can be a 2nd seed, 3rd seed, 4th seed. They have years where they can win 55, 50, 54 games. I understand that. They can look like a great regular season team.
Right.
I as of right now, I'm not sure at this moment. Zion is going to give you the level of improvement that he needs to be a guy for you to win a championship. He just hasn't shown it. It's been how many years since he's been in the NBA?
This is year 5.
But Damo.
And Chilltown, hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
Chilltown, and what is your rule? After what year are you just the guy that you are? What's that? What's the year?
Year 5. My year 5.
Okay,
This is who this
so
guy is.
he has net. this year to be healthy, and then next year to show me some level of improvement. I have not. Can someone tell me? I'm not going to sit here and act like I am just the connoisseur of Zion Williams' game. Can anyone up here tell me the improvements he's made since his rookie year in his game?
Dumbo.
Playmaking and decision making is where he's improved most.
Okay.
Scoring wise, I don't think he's
Playmaking
improved.
on what level, Mars? When you say playmaking on what level?
Because I thought he was a solid playmaker when he first got into the NBA. I didn't think I thought his playmaking.
Well, I don't think he was bad. I
underrated.
think he was solid, but I think if the defense is collapsing, especially with his left hand, the right hand passing, I don't think it's ever going to exist. But if defense is collapsing, I think he's more comfortable making the right reads more often than not now than he was when he first came in. But I don't think he's gone from mediocre to elite. I think he's gone from solid to pretty good. So I think he's improved, but I don't think it's like astronomical. But that's why I'd say it has improved the most.
I want to give a little pushback because I got a different answer than Chilltown. I like the Pelicans in the matchup against the Nuggets. I mean, Aaron Gordon has to guard Zion. So who's guarding BI? KFC,
Denver?
He's way too little. MPJ, not a prayer. And Valanciunas is going to bang with Jokic better than anybody except for maybe Steven Adams. So I'm not saying the Pelicans, clean the Nuggets up, but that is a hell of a series. And I'm not going to that series confident that the Nuggets are beating the Pelicans. The matchups are bad because Aaron Gordon has to guard Zion. Nobody else guards Zion. So who matches up with BI? BI
Peyton
is locked. Who?
Peyton Watson.
He's getting cooked. BI
at that time, Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown is not getting cooked by BI.
Yo, Damo, this is the thing though. You keep going to last year. You keep going to last year. Let's live in the present and let's even live in the future of what we could possibly see next year and the year after that. And I'm even taking a step further, Ox. I like the way this Pelicans team matches up against anybody. They're very Celtics / Magic.
Oh, the Timberwolves are cooking them. I'm sorry, the Timberwolves.
They can't cook them.
They can't cook them, but I love the way they match up with them. I love the way
they smoked them in 5 games.
Look, I'm not saying I'm taking the Pelicans to beat every team in the league. I just love the way that the roster's constructed. They can match up and play with anybody.
Well, the thing about it though, Chilltown, is just like the Timberwolves got Jaden McDaniels for BI. Well, the Pelicans got Herb Jones and Trey Murphy for Ant. So it's not like Ant walks into that series and does whatever he wants. Not at all. Right. Them dudes are hawking him. And also shout out Jose Alvarado because he's a game changer. He's a game changer. He's not going to fill up the stat columns. When he gets in, the whole energy changes. Shout out Jose Alvarado. CJ McCollum is him. CJ McCollum been him since he was carrying Dame. So let's not act like the Pelicans have. What are the deficiencies over there? There are no deficiencies over there. Sometimes they get caught from the long ball line, but that's okay because they're big, they're long, no pause. They play basketball. Them dudes are playing defense. They're rebounding. Jonas Valanciunas is one of the most underrated bigs we've seen in a while. Bro, nobody can guard that man.
All right, now let me ask you, Ox, just simple question. When do you have them winning the championship? This core of guys, when do you have them winning it?
I don't know. I can't say. Like I can't say that for sure. I got the Celtics winning the championship this year, but the Pelicans can beat.
Do you have them winning it next year?
But what I'm saying, Damo, is this. What I'm saying, because my word isn't bond for who wins the championship, right? But what I'm saying is I can't think of one team. The only team I can think of, the only team I can think of to match up good with the Pelicans is the Timberwolves. And I think Jonas Valanciunas is aggressive, physical enough to take Rudy out the game somewhat. And like I said, bro, BI is a terrible matchup for everybody. Jaden McDaniels is probably the best matchup for him. So that's the only reason I'm going with the Pelicans. Okay. On top of that, Cat's who's guarding Zion?
Oh, Cat's getting destroyed by Zion. Cat's getting in foul trouble.
Rudy?
Then who's guarding Jaden?
Nah, bro. No fucking way.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? The more I think on it, it's nobody. There's no matchup in the league for the Pelicans.
Whoa, Damo. Right there. There's no matchup for them. They should win the NBA championship if they're healthy.
Hey, that's what it sounds like to me.
They should win the NBA championship.
They should win this year. If there's no matchup for them,
they should win the NBA championship. Even though I've seen Brandon Ingram in the playoffs, and don't get me wrong, Brandon Ingram is a tough matchup. But what has Brandon Ingram done in the postseason to make you suggest that when we get late in games, in the playoffs, he was cooking against you. He was cooking. What I'm asking you, Mark, what I'm asking is when you get into the playoffs and you're talking about matchups. Okay, one-on-one, that's great. But when we get into the playoffs and and X's and O's go out the window, and now I need a bucket. I don't need a bucket one trip. I don't need a bucket two trips. I need a bucket 3 straight trips. And I need this to continue all night long for series. You're telling me that this New Orleans team has no problem matching up with anybody. So Aaron Gordon, Zion Williamson, with the healthy Zion, Aaron Gordon is just going to get destroyed by him. That's a problem, which I don't believe that at all.
I didn't say that.
What are you saying then, Big Ox?
I said that Aaron Gordon has to guard Zion. So who's going to guard? Who's going to guard? Okay, but Zion's not the key to this. I'm saying Aaron has to guard him. So who guards BI for the Nuggets? BI is annihilating the Nuggets.
Peyton Watson.
KFC and Peyton Watson are getting deep fried by Brandon Ingram.
And Valanciunas is going to have to deal with Joker. He's not just going to have to deal with Joker and go bucket for bucket. That's not what's going on there. What's going to happen is not going to be bucket for bucket. These two guys are going to go at it in the aspect of how Denver runs that offense. How much better are they when they're running that offense through him? Action off the basketball. Don't get me wrong. Herb Jones is something else defensively, but they don't have a bunch of other dudes on that roster that's awesome defensively. I mean, they got Jose Alvarado,
Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado.
Not on the level of Herb Jones. We're looking at Anthony Edwards.
Not many teams have multiple defenders on the level of Herb.
And that's my point, Mars. So when you're talking about the New Orleans Pelicans matching up with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, all defenders, Nas Reed, a dirty work guy, I think they handle the New Orleans Pelicans.
I could do that. You said Jaden McDaniels, Rudy,
Nas Reed, Rudy, Anthony Edwards.
You said those three is defenders. Okay, well look, we can do the same thing with the Pelicans. We can talk about Herb Jones, Alvarado, Trey Murphy.
Alvarado, are you comparing Alvarado to Anthony Edwards? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes.
He is not the same defender. He is not the same. 100% I am. No, he is not.
I disagree.
No, he is not. Anthony Edwards on ball as a defender, being able to recover. Alvarado was more of a pest than he is any. Alvarado is more of a pest than he is anything. When I think about Anthony Edwards on the backboard, when I think about Anthony Edwards challenging shots, Alvarado, I want to trip him, to be honest with you. I'm going to put my foot out there.
There's a reason you want to trip him, Chilltown. There's a reason you want to trip him because he's great on that side of the ball. On top of that, we're talking about dirty work guys. If you talk about dirty work guys, the Pelicans have a full roster of them.
And so does Minnesota.
Najee Marshall, that's the name. I was trying to think of his name, Mars. That's why I can say.
He was playing like small ball, like 4 or 5 for them last night. That was interesting.
What's up, Damo?
Can I just add on to my original take of why? A team like the Pelicans, because I see a lot of people in the chat, I'm getting called a raccoon-eyed casual. That's great. My point on why the Pelicans should blow it up, and that's crazy, Ron. My point on why the Pelicans should blow it up, and not every other team, because someone brought up the Magic. The Magic have been together. They have their young core together for what? 2 years, 3 years. And my question to Ox about can you see them winning? Because again, this whole thing was preferenced by if you're planning to win, I don't see it. If you're not planning to win, you're planning to just compete, you're planning to sell tickets, the business side, keep it how it is. You're going to sell tickets. Now, what I'm saying is the reason why it's just not, if you're not a top 4 seed, blow it up. If you look at the Thunder, they haven't been together long. And I can say for me personally, I don't know about else. For me personally, I look at the Thunder and I can say in 3 years, I can see them winning a championship. With the development, with adding whatever it is, in 3 years, I can see them winning a championship. With the Magic, 3-4 years, I can probably see them winning a championship. That's cool. With the Pelicans, it's been 5 years with Zion. It's been 5 years with B.I. is supposed to be a part of the core, be the backup guy. They've added, I'm talking about just with the Pelicans. They added different pieces around them. So if you want to extend that window because of the pieces you put around them, I mean, fair. Do you? I don't see it working. And if you are a person, like Ox just said, I don't know. I don't know if I can see them winning. If
but
you're
Damo,
that
Damo,
negative,
Damo,
hold
I'll
on, because I wasn't speaking.
I agree with
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
If you are a person who says I don't know to that question, then I would say, okay, if you can't see them winning, if you don't know a window for them to win a championship, then that is the issue right there. With other teams, I can see a window of them winning. Therefore, I can be willing to say, okay, I can give them 5 years. It hasn't been 5 years for a lot of these other teams. A lot of these other cores has been put together. Therefore, I'm not going to push, blow it up right now for the sake of winning. That's really it. That's really as simple as it gets. Every team isn't in the same situation development-wise. Every single team isn't on the same timeline in terms of their core. Some teams have a longer window, some teams' window are shorter. But like I said, the first time I brought this take up, I just don't understand the concept of, when it comes to a team like the Sixers, now we're looking back in hindsight saying, they should have, they've been should have. But when you're looking at this thing with the Pelicans, and like I said, a guy like Zion, who's the number 1 pick, was supposed to be the best player on the team, if it's about winning, he is showing you what he was drafted to be. He's not that so far. He is closer to his floor than he is his ceiling. And I'm willing to debate that with anybody, because if you're going to sit here and tell me Zion is closer to his ceiling than his floor, you're a liar. Or you just didn't think that highly of Zion, and you didn't care about the hype he had.
We'll just trade Zion.
Wait, let me ask Damo. Hold on, wait, Damo. Let me ask
Damo.
Damo this. So, Damo, wait. So, do you don't think they may be just seeing, like, because even Chill brought it up, they looked good when they was healthy together? Because yes, they technically have been together 5 years, but how long have they actually been together healthy? It don't equal up to 5 years. So maybe that's what they're waiting on. So then, what my question is to you, because you saying blow it up, trade everybody. So what pieces would you do to keep this team contending? Because New Orleans don't want to go back to being that low ball team. They want to actually compete. So what moves would you make? I know you keep saying blow it up, but they will still want to compete. So what would you do?
In terms of compete, I don't know if you mean stay relative into a play-in situation, or they can try to compete. But in terms of when I say blow it up, trade Zion, trade BI, and see what you can do with CJ and JV, keep the young assets and retool. When I think of a tank, I think of what the process did. Get rid of everybody and then start 5 to 6 guys on 2 ways to try to get the number 1 pick in the draft. That's what I think a tank
but
job
they did that. But they did that already.
No, hold on. SB, stop. I'm not telling them to tank. I don't think they should tank. They have shown they can get quality players through the draft at a later round, at a later aspect of at a later point than just the top 3 picks. They've shown that. They with the guys they got, the Trey Murphys, the Herb Joneses, the Alvarados, the Jordan Hawkins, they've shown they can get pieces that way.
Right.
Retool, revamp, do what you have to do to try to build something else. And even if it is, keep BI, I can concede that. If you want to keep one of them, fine. But there needs to be a drastic change to the scheme of trying to win with the formula you have. Because I don't think the current formula is going to be what it takes to win. Brandon Ingram and Zion being your best 2 players, they're not going to win. They're just not going to win.
But Damo, you got to understand this.
To Damo's point, you got the number 1 and the number 2 overall pick on your roster. You got those guys to win the NBA championship. You didn't get those guys to compete for a playoff spot. No, you got those guys to win an NBA championship. Brandon Ingram is in year 7. Zion Williamson is in year 5. These guys are your core. These are the guys. Zion has played, I think he's played a little more than 100 games over the last 5 years. What are we doing with this unit? How close are we to winning it? Because that's why we got these guys. There are teams that are just trying to compete for playoff spots. And then there are teams that are trying to compete to win it. When you got the number 1 and the number 2 overall pick on your roster, you're trying to win the NBA championship.
That means if the Timberwolves don't win this year, then we need to start thinking about that for them too. Because they got
what you think they
and I've been saying trade Cat. I've been saying trade Cat.
They got Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns too.
Right.
So I've been saying
trade Cat.
Yes, you did.
I've been said trade Cat. I've been from day one. I've said, yo, they need to get Cat out of here. This summer, I said, yo, they need to get Cat out of here. I've been saying that since Anthony Edwards came in and shown he has it. He has the ability to be the best player on the team. I said from day one, trade Cat, retool, revamp. When they got Rudy, I said trade Cat. You have Nas Reed that can come play 4. Now you have the McDaniels brother that can play the 4 if he needs to play a wing. You have guys, trade Cat and do better. I've been saying that. They have their window with Cat is closed. It is extended. He was the number 1 big win. in 15, 16,
Right.
they already went through the process of building a team with him and around him to get to the playoffs. That man, Jimmy Butler, went there, said, these dudes ain't got it, and left. And they ain't been back there like that since until they got in. So, yes, Ox, you're right. If another year goes on and they fall short in the playoffs, guess what? There is going to be a conversation on, okay, hey, man,
But this is the problem, though, right? You comparing the Timberwolves to the Pelicans, and it's a clear age difference, and it's a health difference, but we didn't see these guys together enough to play. These guys, every time we see the Pelicans healthy, and Ox acknowledged that they are a matchup problem for a lot of teams, and you got to give this team a chance to grow. You can't compare the Timberwolves situation because Cat is old. Now, I do agree that the Timberwolves should just, after this year, build around Cat. Compared to the Pelicans situation, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He just said he's been a number one pick since 2015. Comparing to B.I. and Zion, they are a younger core. You have to give this core a chance to build it and see what can do.
I think Brandon Ingram is 27.
I'm about to say he was like the second pick in 2016.
Brandon Ingram is 26, and I think this is video game logic. You're just making a trade just to make a trade. Right, quick, chill. Yeah. Brandon Ingram is 26. Right. Zion is 23.
Right.
Trey Murphy is 23.
Right.
Herb Jones is 25. This team is young. I think the Pelicans are in a privileged position. I think they're in one of the better positions in the NBA to compete right now and still have a future to compete over the next 5 to 7 years. I'm just saying, like, Brandon Ingram's in years.
Why haven't they done that?
Right quick, chill. What do you mean? Why haven't they done that? They've been accumulating pieces. Herb Jones just got there a couple years ago. Trey Murphy just got there a couple years ago.
What's the biggest problem, Ron? What's the biggest problem?
The biggest problem is that they're growing as a franchise. The Bulls didn't just win over the Bulls. Time out. No, chill. LeBron James and the Cavaliers, they didn't. They went to the championship.
The Bulls, just say the Bulls. Like,
but the Bulls with Jordan, for instance, they didn't just. It took Jordan years to get to that point. It took a lot of players. It takes them years to get to that point. You have to grow as a player. You have to grow as a franchise. You have to be playoff tested. You got to get beat up. All of that stuff. The Pelicans are not. They're still growing. They're still learning how to play with each other.
But my point is this. Hold on. If you guys like Damo, if your whole purpose is saying like get rid of Zion because you don't trust his health and he don't be, that's cool. But to say that you need to blow this whole team up when they're as young as they are and they still got time to grow and develop and they actually show promise when they actually play together.
Who did I say trade?
You said trade everybody.
No, I did not say everybody.
No, I did not say everybody. You just said Zion and B.I. everybody.
Okay, and that shows me your logic. That shows me your brain capacity on what everyone means. That's crazy. You're speaking in a broad aspect like that. Again, I said retool. I didn't say trade Herb Jones. I didn't say trade Troy Murphy. I didn't say trade any of the younger guys that they have. The only guys I said trade were Zion, B.I., and if you have to, JV and McCollum because they are older. But again, Zion, if that's how you feel cool,
you trade your two best players. You are rebuilding.
Okay, so SB again. SB, answer me this question. What improvements have you seen from BI in the last 3 years? You tell me.
He's good. He's still an all-star caliber player.
What improvements have you seen?
He is still great of a player. What you mean? He's an all-star caliber player. Yes, he's not, right?
What improvements have you seen from Zion in the last 2? Well, he's been.
You haven't seen Zion play.
Okay, so my thing is, if I am, and I'm a guy who said this earlier this season, I was the guy who said, I don't think Zion's going to be healthy. I don't think this is going to be something that changes for Zion. I think health in a way is going to be a continued issue for Zion. So that is the perspective I'm coming from. I am not being Mr. Optimistic about Zion. So I'm assuming either his weight is not going to change or his health is not going to change. So there will be no development with Zion. With B.I., I think B.I.'s another guy who genuinely is closer to his floor than he is his ceiling. When he got drafted, his ceiling, for whatever reason, everyone said was Kevin Durant, which is crazy. I don't think he's going to be that. So I don't think he can hit his ceiling because those expectations are too wild and too high. That's crazy. Actually, to say close to his floor in the ceiling is kind of crazy because I'm trying to think what his floor was. I'm trying to think about what his floor is or who his floor was. So maybe that is crazy to say. Ingram is more so in the middle.
My thing is this, though.
I don't think he's at the ceiling of his expectations. He might be at his ceiling of, in terms of his development or who he is, he might be at the peak of what he is. genuinely, this might be who Brandon Ingram is. I don't know how much more he can improve from what he is right now.
But now, this is Bronze, after this, I'm gonna let you go. This is a franchise. You got to remember, said this is the rebuild from Anthony Davis era. How can you get rid of the guys that came from this Anthony Davis trade era and then sell it to the fans? You cannot do that. This team is young. This is young core. Get this guy time. Get his team time. That's all you have to do.
How much more time we talking about, man? This dude Zion, he's in and out of the lineup for 5 years. How much more time you want?
You gotta give them time.
How much more time you want? Ron is trying to sell me Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was in the lineup. Scottie Pippen was in the lineup. Horace Grant was in the lineup. These teams are building something.
How long it take?
Real quick. Hey, chill. And it's funny, It's funny Ron brings up it took Jordan X, Y, and Z years to win. You got to give it time. Wasn't he just out on the Sixers this past playoffs? And how much more time? How much time does Joel Embiid get? No, Joel Embiid.
To be fair, I'm back in on the Sixers. To be fair,
hey, that's fine. That's fine. But everyone, but the basketball world, so many people are so quick to be off on Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid doesn't get all this time in the world to develop.
Joel Embiid is not as old as them. He's not as young as them.
Okay, still, regardless, if you're okay, so how much longer do you give the Pelicans? How much longer do you give the Pelicans, Ron?
Right quick though, at the stage when Joel Embiid was 23 or when he was 26,
we said give him more time.
Everybody was in on him. With that being said, I would give it 5 more years. I would literally, Brandon Ingram 5 more years. Yes, I would wait till Zion's 28 years old. That's
want you the same guy harping to keep Boston together when everybody kept saying break up Jaylen Brown and Tatum. You was the main
Them dudes was in the lineup though. That's completely different.
Okay, that's fine, but you got to give them.
That's not the same thing.
Just said they was the 5th seed.
How much more time do we need when a guy is in and out of the lineup?
Two more seasons, Chitchat. Let's start that. Just two more seasons. 2 more seasons. I don't even think they need a whole 2. Let's see what happens. I think this is their chance to see what happens if Zion stays healthy.
Let's see Zion in the playoffs.
BI is playing great. Let it play its way out, and just see what happens. I think because you're not gonna get. What I'm worried about, Damo, is coming off of BI and Zion, and then not getting the return that we're looking for, like going for a bunch of draft picks. I'm not mad at you talking about move off of Zion and maybe CJ, but we got to get something for those guys. Because if we're not going to really get something that's going to take us over the top and complement BI, because I'm all the way out on that. Getting rid of BI to me that wouldn't even come across my mind. But I can get behind moving off of Zion and CJ, maybe in the offseason or something like that. But Damo, I got to be honest, Damo. I got to get a little petty here. I'm sorry, brother. I think you're just trying to sabotage BI because you wish that y'all never would have made that move.
No, not at all. The only guy I wanted from that young core was Lonzo Ball. That's that's the only person I was mad that we traded was Lonzo. I just want to say too, on the front of Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid was 26 in 2021. The 2021 season is when Joel Embiid was 26. Maybe I'm misremembering history. There was talks about blow up the process then. The blow up the process did not start last year. They were talking about it when he was 26. So let's not act like this is. Hey, I get it. Hey, chat, call me Damo TV. You cannot agree with me. That is absolutely fine. I get it. But to act like, again, I bring up the Joel Embiid thing because Joel Embiid has been given all the time in the world to be the guy in Philly. And year in, year out, people are talking about he should leave, he should get traded, they should blow it up, the process failed. So if you're telling me, it takes 10 years, give him 10 years. Joel is 30. Yeah, when he was 26, they were saying he should be out of Philly because it didn't work.
So and I don't want to. The Pelicans, though.
Go ahead, Chad. We haven't heard from you on the matter.
The thing with the Pelicans is, I think with the way how the West is so wide open this year too, I don't think there's not a team that they could beat in a 7-game series that I'd be shocked they beat. Whether that's Denver, Minnesota, Golden State, Lakers, I think they have the Pelicans have the pieces to beat any of those teams. And in terms of why we're still waiting, I think with Zion, just because we haven't seen him healthy for a full season, and this is kind of the first season where through the first 10 games he's played a lot of them. And I think he's averaging, 22, 5 and 5. I think the numbers are a little down because, one, the jump of Herb Jones. I think he's having a few more points. He's getting a little more involved offensively. I think that's that. And I think he realized that Brandon Ingram is their number one option. So he's going to let Brandon Ingram do his thing, get his buckets. CJ McCollum is their point guard. He's going to do the passing, playmaking, creating a lot of the times. So I think he's playing within the offense. And talked about that too in an interview where he is learning to play within this offense and the way they're playing right now. So I think in terms of numbers, it's a little down, but I think he's relatively the same player he is when he came into the league. But as Mar said, the passing and playmaking is a little better. But with this team, again, they have all the pieces to beat any of the teams. So with the way the league's wide open right now, especially in the West, I don't think you blow up a team that I think has the ability to beat any of the teams. They could win kind of a Dallas Mavericks ring. I think, sure, if Brandon Ingram, Zion, they all get hot at the right time, maybe the other team gets injured or whatever the case may be, I think they can 100% win a championship. And when it comes to do we just blow up every team that's not going to win a championship? Because a lot of times, I think excluding this year, from 2015 to 2020, it was basically 2 or 3 teams that had a chance to win a championship. It was the Lakers.
It's not a lot of teams, but the difference
exactly.
there's not a lot of teams. There are teams constructed to win it. There are teams constructed to win it, and New Orleans is constructed to win it. That's the plan. And it sounds to me like Damo is saying that this team is in the next year, 2 years. I don't see them winning it. So what are we doing here?
I'm cool with Damo saying he out on Zion to try to get something now while he feel like he have value. If Damo saying get rid of Zion before he lose value, I ain't got no argument for that. I'm cool with that. But for Tay to blow the team up, I think we got to give him a chance to see what they can do. But now, if you, like I said, Damo, if you come with the logic like get rid of Zion now while you can get something from him, I ain't got no argument against it.
They're too talented and relatively young to blow it up right now. Again, maybe in 3 seasons, if they have a couple playoff failures in a row, 2-3 seasons, then I could say trading a key piece, whether that's Zion, Ingram, or McCollum or Java, whatever the case is. But I want to see them in at least 2 or 3 playoff runs and see what they do in the playoffs.
Don't lose your train of thought, Mars. I know you was about to say something. Don't lose your train of thought, Mars.
The time basically passed for what I wanted to say. We're just going to rehashing something old. But Domo for sure said blow it up. That's not a retool. That's a rebuild. So SB, I think he was right. He said blow it up. That's not a retool. No one blows up and then retools. You have to rebuild after you blow something up. But I wanted to say, I find it interesting that Domo is a big practitioner of don't use what other people said, use what I say. But then you talk about what other people's expectations of Brandon Ingram and Zion were, where that's not relevant to what you think about them. If you didn't think Brandon Ingram was going to be KD, why does it matter that they did? Okay, so then you was wrong. Cool. That doesn't mean trade him. Yeah, you was wrong. That doesn't mean trade him because what he is still great. That doesn't mean he's closer to his floor than his ceiling, which you did walk back because that was a bad take. Same thing with Zion. Just because you were wrong about the expectations you had for them, that doesn't then mean that they are further from their ceiling than their floor. So trade them. That just means you was wrong in your.
What expectation did you have of Zion?
To be interior force, which he's been.
So
okay. No, I didn't think he was going to be LeBron James.
I'm not saying that. Did you have him being the best player on the team to contend? Was that a part of your expectation?
No, really. No, I wasn't very high.
Not really? Fair. That was part of my expectations. I thought he could be.
But you being wrong about him doesn't then mean that now they must trade him because he didn't meet your expectations. Right?
When the Pelicans put this team together, was it not Zion at the forefront to lead them and lead the charge? Like Chill just said, this team is set up to contend.
And now Brandon Ingram is better than him, and they're still a very good team.
Okay.
So why would they blow it up, as you said?
Do you see them winning a championship anytime soon?
I think it's possible.
Can you see it?
Fair. I think it's possible.
Fair.
But even if it's not possible and they just end up being a team that goes to the conference finals a few times, if we end up in a league where if we don't think you can win a championship, we blow it up, that means the whole league should have blown it up when KD joined the Warriors. Guess what? If you want to blow up, trade all your players to the Cavs or to Golden State because they were the only teams that could have won. So does the other 28 teams just only trade to those teams?
Because what's not true. The Rockets built a team that could genuinely compete and could have beat them.
3 teams. Same point applies. Do the other 27 teams only trade to Houston, Cleveland, and Golden State because they're the only teams that have a chance to win? That would be stupid. These other teams are still You get money for making the playoffs. You get fanfare for making the playoffs. You get players get experience for making the playoffs. You boost your value for doing all those things. There's no reason for just saying, well, if you can't win, there's just no point in having a team. Because if that's the case, these bad teams. Did
I say win that individual
at any point when KD joined the
win.
Warriors? When KD joined the Warriors, we knew for the foreseeable future who was coming out the West. We knew that. So does that mean every other team in the West, the Portland Trailblazers, the Utah Jazz, the Houston Rockets before they became contenders, any team you want to think of, should they have just blown it up instantly? Is that what they should have done? KD joined the Warriors.
If you don't see a window for your team to win, yes, you should have blown it up. Yes, absolutely.
I think the league would be in a terrible place, in my opinion.
Then the league would be in a terrible place. There it is.
Yeah.
Yo, Damo.
To Ox's point, when Ox talked about having Anthony Edwards and Cat on the same team, well, Ox, that's why they drafted. I mean, that's why they traded for Rudy Gobert, because as good as they were with these two guys, this one guy is going to push them over the top defensively. But these two guys still are the guys on that unit that are going to propel them to get to the NBA championship. Now, don't get me wrong. Anthony Edwards has already shown that I could be the number one on a playoff team. I think that Cat is the number 3 on a championship team. I put him in the Kevin Love, Chris Bosh. I put him in that area. I don't think he's a number 2. I think he's in that area. But with that being said, when you have a unit with the number 1 and the number 2 pick in the draft on your unit, the idea is to win it. That's the idea. And in the words of Damo, you do retool. You'll add to that roster. But when I got the number 1 and the number 2 overall pick on my team, and I trade both of them, I'm blowing the unit up. I'm starting over.
I feel like they've added on to this roster.
Hold on. So Mars, did the Oklahoma City Thunder, when they got rid of Russell Westbrook, they traded Paul George, did they blow it up or did they retool?
They blew it
up, but they still managed to get a piece in Chris Paul and somehow managed to make the playoffs.
Shea developed at a rate that maybe they didn't.
Nobody saw
and they had Chris Paul too. Don't forget they had Chris Paul too.
Damo, before that season started, with what you had seen from Chris Paul previous to that, him being injured, not only him being injured, that contract being radioactive. When he gets on that Oklahoma City Thunder team, what's your expectations of that team?
Not make.
I thought they were going to do I thought they were going to do what the Wizards did when the Wizards traded for Chris Paul. Trade him immediately. I didn't think they were going to keep him. I thought they were playing the same.
And right. So with him off that crew, so with Russ now gone, with KD now gone, let's just say that they don't trade for him and they basically trade picks. What are they doing in Oklahoma City? They started over.
Wait, you said exactly. But it is fair in theory, but what they actually did was what I'm saying in terms of a retool versus a rebuild. Rebuilding would be, okay, they got Chris Paul, either bench him how the Rockets did John Wall or move him for more picks or whatever and genuinely tank. I put tanking in the same breath with rebuilding. Rebuilding, you have to tank in order to rebuild. To me, when I said blow it up, I misspoke then. Let me walk it back. Maybe not blow it up, but retool. Let's say that. We're playing a semantics game with words. Retool. I didn't mean blow it up in the terms of, blow it up, trade every single player, and just tank for the number 1 pick. Even though I literally said that, but when I say blow it up, I genuinely mean retool. Trade the 2 guys, one of the guys, whatever it is, trade it, retool, do what you can to stay competitive, and win a la what the Thunder did when they traded for Chris Paul, still were competitive, ended up being a playoff team, but still were able to develop their young guys. That is what I mean. Maybe I misspoke. So my bad. My fault, game.
No problem.
I misspoke.
No problem.
Yo, and that's fair. I do get what you're saying. Zion is a big risk for sure. Injuries, just his game in general, his fit next to Brandon Ingram and Valanciunas, all of this good stuff. My thing, though, I think we're harping too much on Brandon Ingram and Zion. What we don't realize, was it Stan Van Gundy that was calling the game last night? Whoever was calling the game, they made a tremendous point. Yesterday, Ox was caping for the Sacramento Kings bench, saying that they're the best bench in the NBA. That's wrong. The New Orleans Pelicans legitimately have the deepest team in the NBA. I'm looking past. No. I'm looking past Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. That's not. Those two are a good 1 and 2. I'm looking at CJ McCollum, who's also averaging 20. They have 3 guys averaging 20.
He's also not on the bench.
Well, no, I'm not. I haven't got to the bench yet. Can you stop being
Nah, I need you to get to it. You brought it up. What's up? Who's on the bench?
I'm finna go through the whole team right now and look at the opposite guys. We talked about Valanciunas, a tremendous big man to go with him.
Jose Alvarado?
Then you got Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, who respectively last night both had 23 and 17. And these are the two biggest guys I'm harping on this roster. These two guys' potential to me is through the roof, especially next to those two. A lineup of Zion, Herb, Trey, and Brandon Ingram is a death lineup. That's legitimately a death lineup. Nobody wants to see that. And I mark my words right now. Trey Murphy is going to be one of them. He's going to be one of them. I promise you. But once again, and Herb Jones is the truth too. He had 23 points last night. I can see the improvement for him on the offensive end. But to continue to go down the roster, Jordan Hawkins, for instance, he's a rookie. While CJ McCollum was hurt, he averaged 14 points as a rookie. He's been balling this year. Dyson Daniels, a crazy utility piece, a crazy dude that can do everything, can defend your best player, and that's another guy who we didn't bring up when it came to defense. You got Dyson Daniels. To continue to go, Jose Alvarado. We talked about the type of pest he is. To continue to go, you got Najee Marshall. So they have a crazy group of young guys, but then they also have a bunch of dudes that can contribute to a winning roster. I'm not just looking at Zion and Brandon Ingram. I'm looking at the other pieces, and that to me is what pushes the Pelicans over the top, and what makes them a scary team, and what makes them a contender. Zion and Brandon Ingram, that's Zion and Brandon Ingram. And just because they haven't lived up to their potential, that's cool. But this roster has enough to help them live up to their potential as a team.
That's a fact, man. But I still don't like what's his name? Dyson Daniels, Jordan, the shooter.
Jordan don't even play now that CJ's back. Jordan got a DMP last night, and he was on a 10-game stretch where he was going crazy.
And then who was the other one? So it's Najee, Jose Alvarado. I like all those guys, but I like all those guys. Now definitely the keys are Herb and Trey. Herb and Trey, and then Jordan Hawkins. I think those three are the keys to what you're saying. So I can agree with you. I'm not gonna be petty and get into a back and forth about whose bench is better between the Kings and the Pelicans, because it's obviously the Kings after you just ran down that list. I mean, you kind of proved my point for me. But I agree with you though, as far as Trey and Herb go. I really like both of them a lot, especially Herb Jones. I think you might be higher on Trey, but Herb Jones is, bro, that's
real deal.
He's a problem. I think he's one of those players that take the team over the top.
Honestly, I'd be on the type to trade Zion so I could give them more run, or trade Brandon Ingram so I could give them more run. If I was to trade them, that would be my logic behind it.
Mars, I'm on your page. That sounds nuts.
Gotta keep BR.
I don't think I would do it. I was saying if I was to do it, that would be.
Let's chill out on that. Easy. Yeah. Let's chill out. Let's chill out on that, bro. Anyway.
All right, y'all. We got a ton of super chats, but let me do the super chats. Shout out to everybody that's sent through a super chat. Shout out to everybody that's liked the video. If you haven't liked it, go ahead and hit that button. Also, playerschoicemerch.com. We just got the site up and running. Go check it out. Copy something, copy girl something, copy kid something. John Lyon said, Damo, are you convincing me about that Zion take?
I hope so.
He said he is, actually. He said, Damo, you are convincing me of that Zion.
What's his Zion take?
They need to trade him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I thought that he was close to his ceiling, or it was close to his floor than the ceiling.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Maybe that one.
Or the trade him.
There's no way anybody thinks that Zion is closer to it. Anybody who thinks Zion is closer to his ceiling than his floor, then that's not.
Then they didn't have a high ceiling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the ceiling?
Right.
What's the ceiling?
Like, I'm a bit. What more did you see from besides health? I agree, health, cool. But everyone kind of projected him to not be healthy. But assume it. What more did you expect from the player of Zion Williamson? What did you?
The way we talk about the better players in the game, Giannis, Luka, Kirk, we talking about him like that.
Wow.
For that reason.
What did you see that was like?
The reason, one, I saw a ball handler. I saw a guy who could get downhill. I didn't see a guy who could knock down the mid range, but I thought with health, I thought that stuff can improve. We've seen a guy who's missed almost 3 seasons of basketball, so he wasn't able to improve any of that. The athleticism was there, the decision making was there because he played point guard in high school and he played some lead guard at Duke, so he could do that with the New Orleans Pelicans. So I'm looking at a guy who can handle the basketball, who can get downhill, who can pass the basketball, be a legit playmaker. His off-ball defense is horrendous. I will not argue that, Mars, 100%. But so is Lucas. So is Trae Young, right? Guys like that. I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking to myself, offensively, the rebounder that he is, all of those good things, and the way he can score the basketball, if he could have stayed healthy, I think that we're talking about him like we're talking about the faces of the league.
So at minimum, you got him as a top 10 player.
He was a worse Giannis offensively, who wasn't very good defensively.
If he's a worse Giannis offensively, how much worse are we talking about, Mars? Because we are talking about a Giannis who, don't get me wrong. Now, substantially, okay, this is Giannis offensively. Where is Zion? So we about right here. So that's significantly worse. So if Giannis is a 6 offensively, that means that Zion is a 2.
Okay, well, I wouldn't call Giannis a 6. Giannis is like a 8.5, 9. Zion's like a 7.
Okay.
So I thought Zion would at least, even if he wasn't there at the time, develop into a more balanced or better offensive player than a Giannis. I expected that. Now I understand the context of the health and the weight and things like that hindered it. Cool. So you're not meeting that expectation. But I expected him to develop a better offensive game than he had. I expected him to be one of the better rebounders in the NBA, to use the athleticism that I've seen in high school and college, to be a very dominant inside force. Not just inside force in terms of scoring the ball, rebounding the ball, and I thought he would be an underrated rim protector and defender. Also wrong about that. And again, that's what I'm saying. My expectations for him was just too high, so I had to taper it down.
But why are they too high, though, Damo? We're talking about the number 1 overall pick in the draft. That's not ridiculous to think that. You saw the athlete that he was coming out of college. You saw the kind of skill set that he had coming out of college. So why is it ridiculous to think that all of these things that you're asking for from him are ridiculous and they're out of bounds? No, they're not. I'm watching this dude at the box coming out of college. I'm watching this dude on the box block 3-point shots into the stands. I'm like, this dude shouldn't even be in school. So if he can stay healthy, like you said, Moss, he's a worse Giannis offensively. Well, that can improve if I don't miss 3 seasons of basketball.
Now that I can agree with. Yeah,
that can improve.
But I think the athletic gap, like the gap you saw in high school, which was huge, like he would just use his athleticism and body to
He played in the second division of his own state.
Exactly that.
He was going up against people my height.
Yeah, 100%. So that was like his high school mixtape looked so much better because his competition was really weak. In college, you saw him still be able to use incredible. He dominated 100%. His second jump for his size was incredible. That's fine. But I always saw in the NBA that gap was going to shrink just because the NBA, everyone is just simply a better athlete. I didn't think he was going to dominate physically like he did in college and high school in the NBA. And in terms of offensively, I mean, sure. Do I think he could have been a better shooter by now? I mean, yeah, I thought he showed flashes of shooting in some of those Duke games. He would hit the open 3 here and there. I thought that'd be a little better. But other than that, I expected any number 1 or number 2 overall pick. They're giving me between 23 and 26 points a game, 4 to 5 rebounds, 4 to 5 assists. That's perfectly fine. I don't think I can call him or Brandon Ingram a failure. Like they're both giving you.
I don't think anyone called them a failure, but I don't think anyone dubbed them failures, but they didn't meet the expectation. And with Zion, even when he came into the league, you talk about the athleticism gap between him and high school. Fair. Inferior competition, little white boys out there, cool. But in college, that gap was supposed to shrink, and it really didn't. He was still dominant. He was still dominant in college, at least more than high school. And then when you get to the NBA, you assume, okay, these are grown men. The gap is going to shrink. He was still a dominant force, and he was still, even if he was,
it shrunk though. It shrunk.
Dominant, it shrunk. Yes, it shrunk. But he was still leaps and bounds amongst 80, 90% of the NBA in terms of pure strength, dominance, and his athleticism was still pretty goddamn clear over a lot of people. I'm not gonna say everyone, but majority of NBA players this rookie year. So even then, it was like, okay, so this is a real thing. This isn't just you were playing little white boys. This isn't just you benefited from being an uber athlete in college. You genuinely are an uber athlete compared to the top athletes in the world. You genuinely are a freak when it comes to strength, a freak of nature when it comes to your impact and how dominant you are compared to
a freak, Damo, for sure.
He definitely a freak. He
freaked all the way out, Damo.
I'm trying to figure out how we done talked about Zion for 45 minutes, and this is the first time that came up. Hey,
Pause.
shout out to his PR team and shout out to the NBA.
Gotta protect it. Oh,
I mean,
Brandon,
everything
year
we
you
thought was going to
improved upon
translate.
that. That's it.
But maybe this is us just forgetting because he's been hurt so much. In 22 and 21 he played like the whole season, by the way. People just think he played like the whole season. He didn't miss time. He was great. 22, he comes into the season, he's fine. There were legitimate conversations about if Zion's a top 10 player. I remember that because I was vehemently against them. I didn't agree, but people were having those conversations then. And if we're saying we still think Zion is reasonably the same now, yes, other players around the league have gotten better. So I'm not going to say he should still be in the top 10 conversations, but he's still an elite NBA player. And I know no one's saying he's not elite, but like, I don't get what more we expected. Unless, like, for the people who thought he was going to translate on defense, okay, cool. I just think you were wrong. But offensively, he's about what anyone expected. He's ran point in the NBA in 21 when Stan Van Gundy was coaching and Lonzo Ball was on the team. Zion was legitimately the point guard on the team. That's how he used him. He was played point in the NBA. His playmaking and passing has improved. He's actually pretty good at that. He's a dominant force on the interior. He's a great offensive rebounder, albeit it's just off his own misses, which I pointed out a lot. But still great offensive rebounder, dominant interior force, whether that's him getting to the rim himself or off the ball, cuts, whatever. Dominant interior force. He's what everyone saw offensively. The only way you could have thought he was going to be more than this offensively is if you projected him developing a jump shot. And at that point, why? Why did you? What led to you believing that? So I don't get what more you expected from him offensively other than what he's shown you, which is a dominant force, 25, 27 points a game of pure dunks and layups and finishing around the rim while being physically more imposing than everyone he comes up against. He's been what most people expected.
I figured that the jump shot would have been a needed thing because I wasn't anticipating the dominant. I wasn't anticipating the athleticism and everything to translate as good as it did immediately, and B, because he's undersized and put on weight going into the NBA, I didn't think he would be able to maintain being as athletic as he was, so he would need a jump shot or some form of a shot to fall back on to compensate for that. Now, he didn't, therefore, he had to keep using athleticism, and the weight didn't go down. So we can speculate that's why the injuries happen. Maybe it's not a correlation between the weight and his injury. Maybe it's weak bones. Who knows? But that was me. Again, I can admit I was wrong about my assessment on Zion coming into the game. I was wrong. I just, and the injuries had a lot to do with that. The fact that he missed so much time and it hindered his development, that was the problem. I was wrong about him. I set the bar too high. I was alongside the media and everybody hyped him up thinking he was going to be great. I was with that. So me saying, oh, the media expectations, I was more so on the side of the media with the things that I've seen. Maybe not frame one, he's going to be LeBron, but I did think by year 3, 4, 5, we're having conversations about him being top 10, top 5 guy. And it's no question. So I set the bar too high for him. Just like Brandon Ingram. As a Laker fan, I'm sitting there watching because I hate Duke. I'm a Carolina fan. I'm not watching no damn Duke. I'm not watching them. So I'm by the time the draft comes, I hear the reports. I go watch some film. I'm being told, hey, mini KD. I'm like, I don't know about mini KD, but if we can get 70% of KD, I'll be happy. Then see what he is. And I'm like, this isn't even 30% of KD. This is just not KD at all. This is something totally different. I don't know what we're about to get. And I was wrong about him. I can admit when I'm wrong about players. That's really, I'm not saying that's what this comes from. That's what it is in terms of me saying they haven't hit their ceiling, because I was wrong about them. But I feel a lot of teams in the NBA or GMs or around the league or fans of these players all relatively had higher expectations for these players as well. If you didn't, cool. Hey, you didn't. But everyone I talked to at the time had Zion being a phenomenal player, and they had the highest expectations for him. At the time with Brandon Ingram, a lot of people I was having conversations with had the expectations of him being one of top 5 scorers when he's in his peak in the NBA. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think he's a top 5 scorer. I was wrong.
He's still giving you 25 a night.
Still a great scorer. Great scorer.
The KD comparisons were always crazy. If your thing is that he should have been basically in the conversation for a top 10 player all time, that's just a crazy thing to put on somebody off the bat. So I thought the KD comparison was crazy. But hey, if you gave me Brandon Ingram right now, I'm still taking him number 2. I think that's a fine. If a number 2 pick is giving you 25 a night consistently, efficiently, for this
You
many
doing his
seasons. I'll
job.
take it all day. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take that all day, every day.
Yo, SB.
Yo, what's up?
I got a super chat strictly for you. MP13 sent through a super chat. He said Steph, Luka, Fox, Haliburton, and Dame rank their half court creation 1 through 5.
I feel like you asked me this question because you want to. I can't even say that. You want me to start something. That's why.
I mean, you came in on that, so like, don't switch it up now.
I mean, but not because when you come to half court creation, obviously you got to talk about their scoring ability too. As much as everybody think I hate Luka because Sturdy keeps starting that saying I hate Luka, but I probably go Luka, Steph, Haliburton, Fox, and Dame.
Mars,
But they all around they all around the same rim. It's close though, but that's close. You can go either way. You can go either way with it.
If we did that before the season, where would Dame be?
He should still be number 3.
That's what I thought. That's why I had him behind Curry and Luka.
Is he really? Because you got him above behind. Sure, you got him above Fox. Is he really above Fox? You don't think that after the year Fox had
creation, yes.
Half court creation,
half court creation, yes.
Fox have drastically improved that though since last year.
I agree. He's improved.
He's still not better than Dame as a one-on-one player.
Someone can improve at something and be worse than someone else. So.
I mean, that's cool. I'm not mad at it. But it's still close. Like these are probably like the 5 best guards in the league right now. So it's like
I think the top 3. And then there's a gap between them and Fox and Haliburton.
I put Haliburton last two in terms of half court creation. I do think Haliburton excels more in the fast break and the transition. So I'd probably put him last in the half court.
I'm pushing a Haliburton, Jen. I don't know what you're talking about.
I got love for Haliburton.
Last night I seen
the
hook cooked. I seen Jalen Brown getting cooked, and I seen Drew Holiday. Hey, he had Drew Holiday spinning in circles on a few different occasions.
That wasn't a transition.
And Drew Holiday was recovering too and getting back to the shot. He was making a lot of tough shots last night. Don't make it sound like he was just bombing away. He was making a lot of tough shots last night. A lot of
I see Drew Holiday stew. That's what I see. I don't know what you're talking about, OG. What dude say? Low laughing a low center. That's all I kept seeing last night.
Speaking of OG, Wig the Goat sent through a super chat and said, question for Chill and Ox. Why do OGs call me boss man? What does it mean?
When I used to work in the penitentiary, the COs was called boss man.
We called a man who works at a chicken shop boss man.
I mean, sometimes you're the boss man at a chicken shop. You know, I mean, I just think older guys show love to the younger dudes who are, working. Whatever they're working, you've been a boss man.
It's also a term.
If you work at a chicken shop or like the corner store, you're a boss man. That's just what you are. You're a boss man.
Wig the Goat, do you work at a chicken shop or the corner store?
Boss.
All right, well, keeping it pushing. Bruno Monterio said, I don't want us Luka guys to get a bad rap. Tatum's a really talented player, and I think the gap is minimal. I appreciate both players. Long ball drama, meat and potatoes with a side of logic. It's a nice Thanksgiving meal.
That's what it sounds like.
I do think that debate, though, leans so heavily in favor of Luka. Even the general consensus, like every poll you put up between Luka and Tatum tends to be.
Luka got D riders.
Luka's the 4th best player in the world. 5th best player in the world. Top 5. Well, top 5.
So what Tatum at then?
Like,
don't. I got Luka's our worst 3. Put him at 2.
Come on.
Dog. Yeah, I'm not putting.
Tatum is top 5, bro. Tatum is a top 5 player. Don't do that, bro.
That means you're gonna say he's better than Joel Embiid, and I'm gonna disagree with you.
So who your 5? I gotta see where you at.
This is
no order.
Yeah, Jokic, Giannis, Steph, Luka, and Embiid. That's the 5 best players in the world, and I think it's definitive. They're the 5 best players in the world, in my opinion.
And
I have a hard time arguing anyone over those guys.
I'm not mad at it.
I said like 8. I said like 8. I'd have to make out a list because after that, KD, Tatum,
LeBron.
Chill. Jay.
I'll probably have Tatum about 7. Probably have him about 7.
So You got KD.
Probably have KD at 6, Tatum at 7, probably. Might be like I'd really have to like make the list. So like no one hold me to the top 5. You can hold me to the top 5. They're the top 5 players. But after that, I'd really have to like sit down and think about it. But that top 5 to me should be very definitive. I have a hard time understanding how you could argue anyone over those guys personally.
The postseason translation matters to me, and I understand, Mars, that you're more of a better at basketball kind of guy, and the fact that Joel Embiid has been hurt over these last couple of postseasons, I can get with that logic. But when I think about what Jason Tatum has done and how much he has improved, I definitively think he's a top 5 player in the game.
So you got him over Embiid?
I do.
I'm not mad at that.
The Nick Nurse system this year. He's going to be hurt in the playoffs, actually. Never mind. I'm not even about to start pushing out how he's going to be hurt.
You gotta live with this. So you gotta stay 10 toes.
No, I know he's going to get hurt. So, like, I can't be like, oh, this season with the new system, he's going to be fine in the playoff, blah, blah, blah. He's going to end up being hurt anyway. So, yeah.
Hey, Mars, all the injury merchants from the past seem to be pretty healthy this year. I don't know why. Hey, maybe it's just a coincidence.
We still in the
stars
beginning
aligned.
We still in the beginning of the season. It's still in the beginning. Still early.
It is very early, no doubt.
It's the first third of the season.
They're trying to get their games in now, so that way they can rest in January.
They gotta get that 65. They gotta get that 65, right? So they're
gonna start resting a little bit more in January.
So it's a sprint to 65.
It's a sprint to 65.
Yeah, if you can get to 65 earlier, and then you could just load manage the rest of the way.
You get to like
really
60,
really just get it like 50. Really like
get to like 60, 58.
No, you need 65 to get the awards. So.
Yeah, no, but
you get to if you can get to like 50, but by like just like All-Star break, you can get to like 50 by All-Star break. You can load manage the rest of the way and get yourself to 60.
The whole rest of the season, you can chill out.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
I got a super chat from Joe. He said you trade BI because Zion is a more willing passer and a generational talent. The idea is to surround Z with shooters. When you have BI and JV alongside Z, that's two other guys operating in the same space you want Z in.
I sound like I heard this story before.
I agree with that.
Same thing.
But the put shooters around one dominant star. I've heard the same argument for Luka, and I heard the same argument for LeBron when he was in Cleveland. The only team I can think of that won when you put a bunch of shooters around one like dominant star is like Hakeem's Rockets, and maybe you could argue the Dallas Mavericks. And I don't even think that's how the Dallas were built, but Hakeem's Rockets. That's like the only team that I can think of where they put shooters around one dominant star.
And they were together for a long time too, Mars. They were together.
Could have did it, man. The Magic could have did it, man. Crazy.
Oh, with Dwight, yeah.
Dwight, yeah, that was a close one.
Kobe
so like, I don't think that. And now I agree with Valanciunas operating in similar spaces to where you want Zion, but when you have a guy like Zion, you're gonna need a half-court shot career. You're going to need it. You can't just put a bunch of shooters around Zion, and then when the playoffs come around, you have no one who can actually break down the defense and create a shot in the half court. There's gonna be a cap on that ceiling, unless Zion develops a post game out of nowhere. But that's not gonna happen. So you need a guy like Brandon Ingram. So I think both of them are. I'm not gonna say Shaq and Kobe, but you get what I mean in terms of dynamic, right? That's what I'm saying. In terms of that dynamic, you're gonna need both of them. So that's what I think. I don't think you pack up one of them to make it easier for the other. I think you need both of them. And you need Trey Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, I think is going to be a key piece. Herb Jones. I think Valanciunas won't be there long term. I think this is the last year of his deal. CJ, I don't think will be there long term. And then guys like Dyson Daniels, another big who can probably stretch the floor. And then that's probably the route you want to go, I think.
If you're a team competing, I wouldn't mind having Valanciunas on my team. Valanciunas is a championship caliber big man. That would team.
A lot of teams will take Valanciunas for sure.
Yeah, replacing Valanciunas and CJ McCollum is much more likely than trading Brandon Ingram or Zion. I think just putting other pieces around those guys is probably more optimal.
The crazy part about it, I don't think y'all can get him. But if the Lakers can find a way to give Valanciunas, that'll be big. But I don't think y'all can get him.
I don't understand. I don't understand moving off of Valanciunas. I don't see the logic in that.
No, I don't think
I'm not saying move up him. I just think this is the last year of his deal. I just don't think they're going to extend him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just
He's a
saying
free
this-
agent?
Just
I
in
think
general.
he is. I think.
Yes,
Oh.
he is. This year is the last year. Yep.
He's restricted though, isn't he?
Oh,
No, this is it.
I don't think he's a shooter.
Okay, why would you?
He's like 612 years old. He ain't getting
He's-
He's
restricted.
31. Yeah, I wonder what type of deal he'll
Yeah.
get.
No.
This is the last year of his deal.
Yeah, he been
Hey, that's going to be a
So
major
you're saying
pickup.
that y'all don't think that the Pelicans are going to keep him?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if they did.
To let him walk out the front door, you are fired.
I can't see it. Yeah, I
You
can't
are
see it.
fired.
They'll probably
You
trade
cannot
him at
let
the
him-
deadline.
Right.
No,
That-
actually, no. Yeah, he is. Yeah, on the last year in his deal right now. Unrestricted free agent in 2024.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just let him go. I wouldn't be surprised if they just let him go.
Wait,
That would be
unrestricted
nuts.
free agent?
Yeah, he was
I'm
at the end of this.
restricted.
At the end of this deal,
Okay.
he's done. Yeah, at the end of this
Yeah.
deal, he's done.
Yeah, I think
And let him
I
walk out
can't-
the front door at 31 years
I can't
old.
let him
or a sign and trade or something.
Got some
I would
good
be
years
surprised.
left. He's got some good years left in him. No, I'm not letting him walk out the front door.
I
No
mean,
way.
are they getting Mitchell Robinson and some else? Like who's
They might
gonna
get like
come take
I think they
his
just want they might want to stretch five. To somebody who
five.
like that who'll let Zion operate more in the paint and then a 4 or 5 that can, just be more.
There's not many good stretch fives around.
I hate
Yeah.
the NBA. I hate the NBA.
I think you can work with 2 non-stretch bigs if you just
Yeah. I'm gonna say, chill. Shouldn't you be happy? Chill. Ain't you happy now that like Jokic and them winning? They're gonna count it as like the big man era, kind of slowly, gradually coming back. So, is you happy about that now? I know you've been like advocate
talking
that you
about
said
that.
they kept the
Big
big
The
man. go.
big man is not gone. The big man is just updated like software. He's still here. Now, Olajuwon, Shaq, Jabbar, Ewing, David Robinson, them dudes gone. All right, Chamberlain, them dudes gone. But the big guy is alive and well. He's just updated. So Joker,
So
Giannis.
he's still a big man though, right? Right.
Yeah, he's
OG?
still a big guy.
So can
Absolutely.
you acknowledge the fact that Curry is a point guard too? He just the updated version
Nope.
because you pushed that.
Absolutely not.
See,
Nope. That's not the same thing. And the reason,
Hey,
the
you
reason
trying to
why-
bait you into that is crazy.
you would think that when you baiting somebody, like you would put actual legit bait on it, right? And get them on the hook. No, actually, you didn't. No,
you did like this. You did like this. Not just
Because these big guys actually do big man stuff. They still do big man stuff.
Curry
and
still
they-
do point guard stuff.
No, he don't. Not like the point guards that we talking about. No.
Is Damian Lillard a point guard?
I think he's more of a combo guard, but he's
Okay.
He don't do point guard stuff.
but he does do point guard stuff.
Steph
He
Curry
distributes.
Steph Curry don't distribute sometimes. I know he run off screen, but
See that right there?
He
Sometimes.
does.
Sometimes.
He don't have to do it all the time to be a good
That's what a point guard does. Just like a big man.
Was Tim Hardaway a point guard?
Yes, Tim Hardaway was a point
So
guard.
Tim Hardaway's a point guard, but Dame isn't.
I didn't say he wasn't. I
But
just
what-
said
but
that
you gotta
he
You
get
was.
said,
different
you said
over-
he's more of a combo guard. So
I
why
said
is Tim
he's-
Hardaway?
but
more
he
of a-
but he is a point guard though.
So Tim Hardaway's more of a combo guard, but he's a point guard.
Tim Hardaway didn't score it like Dame,
But he
Yeah, but
wasn't
he's not as good, but
He's not
he's
yeah.
and he distributed too.
yeah, and so
Well,
does Dame.
OG, what do you expect
But
the
not
guy
like,
to do when he
but
the
not
main
like
scorer of
he
the team?
wasn't. He wasn't more, but he wasn't as much of a scoring guard as Dame was. No, he
Because he
was
couldn't score as well. But Tim Hardaway was score first. Unless
I
you're
don't
telling me
think
he was
Tim
pass
Hardaway-
first.
I don't think Tim Hardaway was a score first guard. He shot the basketball, but I don't think he was a score first guard. He could score the basketball,
okay.
but
Okay, yeah,
he
we
was
can see
that offense when he was in Miami. That offense ran through Alonzo Mourning. 100%.
So OG, so what do you expect the guy to do when he's the main
we
scorer
disagree.
at the guard position then? Because Curry is their main scorer, but he does facilitate too when he has to. So what you
Are
want him to
you
do?
asking? Curry is their main scorer, and if you're somebody's main scorer, you shoot the ball more than everybody. Is that fair?
Yeah, majority of the time, yes.
So
Yes.
if you shoot the ball, that means that somebody's passing you the ball, or you just have the ball in your hands and you're shooting more. Which is what
I would say not
Curry,
necessarily.
and Curry plays more off the basketball than he does on the basketball. That is a fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. That's not what a lead guard does. A lead guard does not play more off the basketball than on the basketball.
But sometimes as a league guard, shouldn't you be an extension of the coach, and you got to put yourself in the best position for your team?
Now what you're doing is you're reaching. That's
I'm
what
not
you're
reaching.
doing.
No, I'm not
Once
reaching.
again, as a lead guard, you do not play the majority of the time when you're on the floor off the basketball. You do not. That's not the way that works. That's like being a big guy and you play further away from the basket and you don't rebound as a big guy, as a legit 5. That doesn't
So
work.
Curry
Brook
passes
Lopez
the
isn't
ball.
a big?
Brook Lopez is the modern day big, and he does big man
Steph
stuff.
Curry is the modern day point guard.
Would you call him a big?
Would I call Brook Lopez a big? I call him, yeah, because he does do big man stuff. He does rim protect. Yes, he does. He does man the paint, which is what big guys do. And to answer your question, SB, you want to call him the modern day point guard? If you want to call him the modern day point guard, sure. He ain't better than Magic. Here you go. He still ain't better than Magic.
I mean, I wasn't debating that, but it's close.
That's exactly what you're doing. I'm not getting because this is what you want me to do. You want me to talk about this dude. You want me to acknowledge this dude as a point guard, and then when I acknowledge him as a point guard, you want me to now talk about him like we talk about all the other great point guards when he's not that, not like those guys. Because the modern day big man still does. You know that. Still, when the modern day big man still does big man stuff. Joel Embiid, he might not rebound as much as I'd like. He still rebounds.
But OG,
Joker doesn't. Joker
the number of assists. You know, Steph Curry was top 10 in assists at least like 3-4 times in his career. And
he used to be a point. He used to be a point guard. He used to be.
But the team, for them to be more successful, they needed more score from him and put him in better position to get his shot off because Steph Curry wasn't strong enough at the point.
So they took him off the basketball. So they took him.
So they made him not a point guard. So they made him not a point guard.
And that's not necessarily taking away from his ability as a guard because he still did the other guard things. But when they needed him in the position to score, they put him in better position to score. Because Steph Curry is what you asking him now. He's back doing it. He's doing it. He has the ball in his hands more than he did before then. It's more of a balance now. He
plays off the basketball way more than he does on the basketball throughout his career. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. He came into the game playing off the basketball, just like Russell Westbrook came into the game as a 2 and was converted to a point guard. And Russell Westbrook was converted more into a point guard than Steph Curry was because Russell Westbrook had the ball in his hands way more than Steph Curry did. Way more.
All right, fellas, we got to keep it lit. We got super chats, and we also have gifted memberships. Shout out to Cheese. Cheese spreading the love. You know, say sprinkling a little Parmesan in the chat. Shout out to Cheese, man. Appreciate you. And then Max Chains also gifting y'all. Shout out to these two dudes. Welcome to everybody that got the memberships. Go ahead and join the chat. By the way, dub chat today. Y'all y'all really carrying right now. Like, I'm not saying that we not doing our thing up here, but y'all like Trey Murphy and Herb Jones.
Playing their role.
The one said, okay, just say you're mad the Kings lost. Let it go.
Let it go.
I'll peep the agenda for Ox. I do because Ox was high in the season tournament. Now all of a sudden, Kings get out of there. Now, oh man, this shit, it don't even matter no more.
See, I don't understand where the lack of comprehension comes in. Because when I say that,
now you got to test our intelligence. What was the first? That's crazy.
I have to because there's something's going on. There's a clear disconnect because I clearly said this is great basketball. I love the in-season tournament. I hope they bring it back every year. I think this is some of the best basketball we've seen in December. November and early December. I believe I said that at least 2 times today. What I said was these games have no implications on the playoffs. If the Kings went to Vegas and won the trophy, that would not get us out the first round.
That's cool, but you've been here talking about lighting the beam. You've been here lighting the beam, though. But
when we win, you light the beam. When we lose,
Game 7 in your building, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? When we light the beam, it's because of a win. What I'm supposed to do? Ask me. I'm supposed to come on here today. Light the beam. Like we lost. We lost.
But okay, so wait. So for the tournament, this is my one question I asked then. To make it more service with the playoffs, because obviously a lot of players question about the playoff thing because they say if I got a guaranteed playoff spot, then I'll take the season off. So should they add this to the, if you win it, if you win the in-season, listen. If you win it, this is my suggestion. If you win the in-season tournament, if you make the playoffs, you can automatically get home court if you a top 5 seed.
No, that's why. That's why. I think it should be just what it is. You win some money, you get a trophy, you get to go to, you know what I'm saying?
Or you can pick if you make the playoffs, can you pick your opponent?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the problem with college football.
Yeah, no, that's
You know what I'm saying?
It takes away the integrity of the game.
Wait, why is home court crazy?
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
something.
Ross?
That's
No.
ridiculous.
Picking the team is crazy. The home court
No,
thing, I
picking
get.
the team is
If you want to
crazy.
make this more valuable, if you want to make the in-season tournament more
but you
valuable,
have to be a top 5 seed. You have to be top 5.
Guaranteeing home court advantage in some ways, that's fine. You know, I think that.
No, it's not.
That's because y'all.
No, it's not.
Generation, that's what's
Why
wrong
are
with
we?
you.
Why
That's
are we?
what's wrong
Why
with
are we
y'all.
changing?
Y'all,
Why are we
y'all
changing?
generation just want
Hold on.
more and more and more.
If
Give me
we wanted
more.
to-
Give
if we
me
wanted
more.
to make
You're
it
the same
more
generation.
valuable.
What are y'all talking? What are y'all talking about? I think isn't 500K in a trophy? Isn't that
That's
enough?
plenty.
Y'all
You
want
don't
playoff?
celebrate.
Y'all want playoff? Y'all want
You
playoff
cannot
consequences?
celebrate when you win.
Y'all want playoff consequences like this in
In addition to
November
giving you
when
a
everybody's
$500,000.
fresh, when everybody just got out of bed, we fresh faced. No, everybody's good.
Y'all
No
said
nicks,
they
no
can't
bruises.
celebrate when
And
they
we
win.
want to have this. We want to
celebrate
have this be about the playoffs. Nah, man, that's
Damn.
crazy.
I would
we're 20 games into the season.
I would just say it would make it so it. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like for fans, like I said, this means nothing to the fans. Like this still does.
Right.
It's good. Outside when good basketball is played, but that's the same as I don't see no difference with the mid-season, in-season tournament having a good game versus a random night in November when there's a great
Right.
game on TV. From a fan perspective, from the players, they're showing you what they care about and they care. That's fine. Just from a fan perspective, and if the question is going to be, there's no playoff implications, so why should I care? I don't think something as small as we said, if you're a top 5 seed and you win, you got home court advantage. Now that I will say that's weird. I would say the 500,000 for every player should still be the standard, and it should be. I mean, I'm not saying it should be something, but I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if they added something onto it. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying I'm not mad. And if they do, it should be something as little as, okay, top 5 seed, you get home court advantage if you win the NCAA tournament. That's something small. I
guaranteed.
A couple things, Damo. A couple things. Just because I'm saying it doesn't have playoff implications doesn't mean it doesn't matter. I think it still matters. It's just not playoff implications. Also, I would tell y'all to ask those fans in Indiana if they care. I think those fans care. I think fans are invested in this. But if not, Damo, see, I'm of the mind where it's okay sometimes to say fuck the fans. Y'all don't gotta love it. We don't need y'all to love it. Just pay for it.
They do. Technically, they do need them to love it. They got to pay
You know
for
what
it.
I'm
What's wrong with you?
Hey,
nobody
just
shows love.
pay for it.
Ain't nobody
You don't gotta
shows
love
love.
it. Just pay for it. But I think that they love it though. Personally,
I feel
enjoyed
you.
the hell out of this. I'm still enjoying this. You know what I'm saying? I'm still enjoying this playing tournament. Hey, Kings or no Kings, this shit is dope and it's good basketball. So
I feel you. I feel you. And someone in the chat said, "Oh, I mean, if it's going to give playoff atmosphere vibes, then I'm for it." That's because that was Indiana. When was the last time it was in the playoffs? That happens every year. Every year you'll have a team where they're playing the regular season, and that environment gets crazy. I want to say it was a couple years ago. I forget I think it was a Cleveland team. I think when Kyrie first got LeBron and Kevin Love, when he first got there, Kevin Love was telling a story about, they were playing one of the first home games when LeBron came back. So the arena was packed. They was lively. It was energy. Kyrie dad said to Kevin Love, this is like the playoffs. I ain't never felt this before. This is crazy. Because he was on the trash team. No one cared about the Cavs. So all it took was the fans having something to care about. And he felt like, this environment is crazy. So the environment change, all these trash teams are going to have environment changes. When the team gets better, the Pacers are looking like a better team. So more teams want to go see them. I lived in Indiana. I know how they feel about the Pacers. they have a good product now. They'll go and support. Same thing when Paul George is out there and they look good. The arenas was rocking back then. That's going to happen in the regular season without the midseason tournament. The fans don't really care about it.
I remember
The only thing in Indiana
when Houston
is
played Atlanta. Playoff atmosphere. You should have seen it. Playoff atmosphere.
This season, the preseason, the way we were up here and the way everyone was overreacting to the preseason, bro, people gonna care when they want to care. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The overreaction
That's all right.
person's gonna get Jalen $1,000. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you that. If the Lakers win this tournament, we got agendas to push. We got some new.
If the Lakers win the tournament, this just doesn't matter.
they should have gas.
Yo, with that being said, let me get through these super chats because I do want to talk about the 2 games tonight. Pimp named Slickback said, "quote unquote, I'm leaving here with something." Damo willing.
Hey, hold on, wait, Ron. Go back. Put that one back up. That man got a Charlotte Hornets colorway pimp suit. It's crazy, dog.
That's a fire suit.
But it's nah.
Shout out to
Only
the
nigga be
pro.
fighting. He got one girl in the blue and the other one in the purple. That's but yeah.
SB, you
that's
from
too
Chicago talking about somebody fits. You for real serious right now?
Hey, look, man. Hey, don't put.
Y'all
I know you gonna try to put. Don't try to put Bishop Don Magic One on me. No, that's a different story. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He ain't the only one, Dom. He ain't the only one, SB.
Talking about somebody.
Who else in
Chicago.
Chicago dressing like that? Nah, don't put that on us. We ain't dressing like that, man.
Maria knows best said chill cooking. Same logic with SGA too, in my opinion.
Hey,
SJ better than Jatu? I know.
Yeah.
Hey, just to clarify, her name
No,
is
I
Maria.
agree with that. SGA is better.
It's not Maria. It's Maria.
Really?
Yeah, really.
My bad, Maria.
That's crazy.
YRM Monty, or is it Monte? Whichever one. He said the only point guards better than Hallie are Curry, Luka, and maybe Fox. Appreciate you, Monty. John Lyons with the super chat said, "Can you say Ja's a better hooper than Hallie, and Hallie's a better basketball player than Ja?"
What the hell does that mean, yo? I know I'm getting older.
Wait, no. Don't worry, I can explain. Don't worry. I speak the lingo.
Please, Mars.
Hooper means we go to the park, we are open run. Who would you rather have? That's the better hooper. Basketball player in a structured basketball environment where there's coaching, there's sets, where it's more structured and professional. Who would you rather have? The better basketball player is better in that environment. The better hooper is better in the open run.
And another way, OG,
if I'm not
that's
mistaken,
what he's
Ja's the better player.
Which makes
Haliburton is
sense.
the better
Okay.
point guard.
Thank you very much, Mars. I appreciate that, Mars. Thank you very much. And if I'm not mistaken, the NBA is what kind of league?
Basketball.
It's a professional basketball league.
Hey, you let some people tell it, it's just become pickup with high salaries.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie. That super chat, you're wrong. Reese is better at both. I go to the park, rather have Reese. I go to the game, rather have Reese. Simple.
I'm sorry, Ron, if I interrupt.
I took that as he was saying Ja's a better player, Tyrese Haliburton a better point guard. That's how I took that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
I thought Mars had a good explanation. Yeah,
I did have a good explanation. Yeah. My explanation was.
I understand, Mars. I do.
Yeah, no problem. I'll do this.
Yo, if you watch the press box, then you know who this guy is. I got to give him a big shout out because he came number 1 in the press box new panelist rankings. Shout out to the kid Early Cofield. He over there cooking all them boys over there in on the press box. Shout out everybody else too, just because you're getting
I got robbed of those rankings. I just showed up for a couple of weeks. That's why I got robbed. We're gonna be moving up real quick though.
Well, consistency is key.
I said I got robbed.
Availability is the best ability.
With that being said, Early sent
So
through
you
super chat. He said,
press box.
Early said, "Can't lie. Jose's energy is definitely moving me."
Facts, Early.
He's great.
Facts.
100%. He's good out
He
there.
he's a game changer just with his presence.
Also, Early came with another super chat and said, "Damo, honestly, this Pels team can win a chip in the next 2 to 3 years, especially if Zion gives you 55 plus games. They just need a LaMelo like point guard. CJ gotta go."
In order to get LaMelo, you gotta trade Zion or BI. I don't know what to tell you, gang. I don't know how they get LaMelo there without trading one of them. But I feel you. If you see a window for them winning, that's absolutely fair. That's what you see.
CJ McCollum for Tyrese Haliburton.
Not going.
At least, man, I make the call.
You gonna get hung
Click.
up on so quick.
Click.
You better throw in about 5 first rounders.
And
Why are you even entertaining this? What do you mean throw in anything? You're not throwing in nothing, Jalen.
I'll offer you a couple first.
See what you did, Jalen? Hang the phone up. Stop
I said
talking.
5.
Hang up
I
the
said
phone.
5. Hold up. 5?
Hang up the phone. Hang the phone
good.
up.
I'll offer you a couple first on Najee Marshall.
Are you
I'm gonna
listening?
need 5.
See what you start?
I said, I need
Jalen,
5
hang
first
up the phone, Jalen.
Chill.
Hang the phone up.
5. 5 first rounders.
Jalen, I got a question. What team Tyrese Haliburton play for again?
Pacers.
How many players have they actually really signed in free agency like that? Or do they get their team through the draft? So pretty much they gonna have nobody for the next 5.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, they would have got DeAndre Ayton, but he was restricted. So that's one free agent they would have got.
Yeah, that deal was done. He was going.
And that's a number 1 pick.
You know, if DeAndre Ayton was over there with Tyrese Haliburton, we wouldn't be having the same discussions we're having about
20 and 10.
DeAndre.
That's 20 and 10 easy.
I'm cool with Miles Turner. I'm cool with Miles Turner.
Yeah, but DeAndre Ayton's better than Miles Turner. And plus, if he was over there with Tyrese Haliburton instead of over here with Scoot, you know, with Scoot in the game, you know what I'm saying? He'd be A-OK.
Miles look better with Scoot.
My bad.
I ain't gonna lie.
In the game.
There you go, brother. Skeet in the gang.
Miles will look better on the Blazers than what DA looks.
And chill, I know you heard a cool in the game. All right, here we go.
One of my good friends as a kid, his name's Dorian. His father was the drummer in Cool in the Game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, shout out Cool and them boys. They was the truth for
That's
real.
me. Your young guys don't know nothing about Cool in the Game.
Me and you the same age, Ox. Me and you the same age.
Yeah, Ox acts like he's 40. You're not that
You
old.
really trying to
Everyone up his old. Everyone up his old.
Bro,
I am not old. I don't know what we're.
Damo, you right behind me.
Don't say that. I ain't trying to look.
Damo, you actually the youngest person up here.
And Mars can go to hell, Mars, because I'm not old. I'm just not as young as I used to be. Just make sure about that. I'm not old.
Just because I look young, bro.
I'm not poor. I'm just not as rich as Jeff Bezos.
That's it. I'm just not as young as I used to be. I still can do a lot of the stuff that I used to be able to do. I just can't do it as frequently as I used to be able to do. I can still do it though.
I'm 30, bro.
Anyway, Ron, I apologize.
My bad.
Fuck you, Damo.
MP13 said, have a young team on a core up going through a game. Have a young team on the come up, going through a game in November that has the arena in an environment that mimics the playoff atmosphere is a factor.
I mean, it definitely helps that it can mimic a playoff atmosphere because I think these tournament games matter, but still not the same as a playoff.
The Magic got sold out because my Bulls trash. Because the Magic should have.
So it's not the same as a playoff game because the courts are different.
I want to see
Jalen. The thing about it, Jalen, is this: you can show me this crazy environment, lights a little bit brighter, but there's nothing to simulate my mind thinking if we lose, there's no tomorrow.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can go in here with the crowd going crazy, but I know tomorrow's coming. As long as the sun come up, we playing tomorrow. In the playoffs,
am I wrong?
There is none of that. So there's no simulating that to me.
Am I wrong as a fan of the game that I feel that if they put the trophy on for the in-season tournament, they better put the trophy on the court for the finals again? I missed that court. Am I wrong for feeling that way?
Yeah, I mean, the championship trophy in the center court. Yeah,
what was the last final series that happened? Was it the Lakers and Boston and the Magic?
Yeah. When I think of that, when I think of that trophy, I think it was Lakers Celtics. If I remember right. I think it was that. Yeah,
they gave it that. Like I missed it. That court was legit. They need to bring that back.
Irvin K, shout out Irvin K. Irvin K is faithful in every single show's chats. Probably one of our most consistent chatters across the platform. Irvin said, start bench cut, Haliburton, Ja, and Fox. Dub show, dub goats.
Ron,
you want me to take care of this?
Ron, go ahead, Ron.
Start Haliburton.
All right.
Bench Fox. Send Ja to East Pakistan.
That's crazy.
Why over there?
Jalen, this has less to do with you and more to do with other things. I'm sorry. Jalen, this was not a straight to you. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Jalen. Hey, man.
You know what?
Hey, man.
Jalen, you having a bad show. You got called Aladdin, and he said send Ja to East Pakistan. That's wild.
I was just at the store. I yesterday. Little boy named Jimmy said he's missing his father. Is any of y'all?
Boo. That was terrible.
It would have been funnier if you would have said DeAndre, but I get it. And my bad. I mean, send Ja to East Africa. All right.
Tomato. Boom, motherfucker. Boom.
That would have been a bad. Hold up. That would have been a bad joke of the demographic up here.
Boo. Just
we don't approve of that joke, man. That's just not funny.
If it was a different demographic, they would have laughed. But continue.
Oh wow, that's.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because he really tried it.
He tried it.
Tomato. What the?
Boo this man. Every time.
All right, y'all, keeping it lit. Drink More Water said, "Do we see a 70-point game this season, and by who?"
Don't bring up that shit. Last month,
Devin Booker?
Devin Booker.
No, didn't Dan do it last year?
No, Donovan Mitchell did it on my show.
No, it was Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, we talking about this year though.
And it
Talking
was
about this who
71.
can do it. Yeah, who can do it?
Wasn't
Hey,
it?
D. Mitch can do it.
Just stick the knife in and twist it there,
Yeah.
OG. You know, just stick the
I'm
knife in and
not
twist it. Why don't you?
mistaken. It wasn't 70. It was 71.
Stick the knife in and twist it. Why don't you? You know, you already stabbed me. Just twist it. Just twist it even more, okay?
Luka, I feel like Luka
And
can
look,
do it.
and look you in your eye.
And look at it. Yeah, you a dirty dog, man.
Mhm.
For sure. I think we'll see. We'll see an 80-point game too.
Somebody on the Suns. I don't know.
Nah.
One of them.
You don't think we will? Man,
If we do see it, it has to come from like a phenomenal score,
of course, yeah, of course.
like Kay Cunningham.
And they probably have to hit like 10 threes. Okay.
I'll see because I'm thinking probably Malik Monk.
This is crazy.
Oh, Lord.
We heard
No,
Kay
I'm
Cunningham,
saying
Malik Monk.
it'll be a game when De'Aaron is
He's out.
resting after he gets his 65 and De'Aaron sits down for a game or so. And Malik just like, you know what? I feel like giving nigga 70 today.
Yo, chill.
Hey, Damo, I don't.
Yes, sir.
Hey, right quick. Wee.
Troll alert. Troll alert.
No troll.
Hey, Damo, I know you've been pushing the Pistons agenda, even though they ain't been looking as good as they supposed to. But you still got confidence in them, though, as a young core, though.
Confidence in them to do
I
what?
still-
Young
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like I said, if they get to 20 losses before they win another game, I am out on them winning anything. I'm still high on the core though. I'm still high on the core. JD's still my guy. K's still my guy.
That Thompson twin, boy.
The rest of them can get out. Oh, and the Soros still my guy. The rest of them, though, get them out of here.
Who's the number one
And
pick?
Monty's
this
a
year?
tear. I ain't
Who's
gonna lie
the
to you.
number one pick this
They
year?
get to 20 losses before they get a win. Monty Williams is number 2 on the list. And what
They're
list is
2
that?
and 18 right now,
List-
Damo?
Hey, man.
They're 2 and
I
18?
gotta see. They might be. I genuinely think they
Isn't Monty Williams like the
yeah.
second highest paid coach in the league?
They're 18. Yes, they're at 18 losses. They have 2 more losses before Monty
So you
Williams
know.
is officially the second terrorist in the NBA.
Hold on, who is it currently?
There's only one terrorist.
Jarvis Scam.
Oh, it's only one. It's only one.
It's only one terrorist right now.
Okay.
He sits
Jarvis
around with
Scam.
hands in his pocket with the lump just showing every time we losing. He's a terrorist. Monty Williams is right there. I promise you, Monty is 2 losses away for being the official second guy on Damo's National Guard list of terrorists in the
Free
United
ball,
States.
If you got a ball
He-
hand, you're a terrorist to me.
Monty does seem like he's getting a pass because again, people were a lot higher on the Pistons.
Nobody
than
expect
the
nothing from the Pistons, though.
No, but do we expect
Look
to
at
be
their
this bad
roster,
though?
Jalen.
No, but this
did.
bad.
I
This bad?
expected something.
He got babies.
I
on
got
there,
money
Jalen.
on this.
I hear
I
you.
expected something. What the hell? I'm
Did
not
he-
rich.
Did we expect him to be the worst team in the league?
Yeah,
I thought
don't
Damo,
take your
just-
bets
hey,
out
just
on
shoot
the
that
team.
cash out
Don't
now,
take
Damo.
your bets off on the team.
That's what we talked about yesterday, Damo. You had the bounce when we was talking about our biggest surprises, and I said that I'm surprised that I let Damo talk me into the Detroit Pistons. What was I absolutely thinking? That was the
Man,
biggest-
don't no.
biggest surprise to me.
I'm surprised I talked myself into the damn Detroit Pistons.
That was
The
actually-
foolishness I'm seeing. This is
Yo,
crazy.
Chitchat, you went for that, Chitchat?
I absolutely bought it right there on the street. By the way, I didn't see if it worked. I didn't try to plug it in. Nothing. I just
You
bought
like,
it right
oh,
there.
Damn.
Chill.
I believe
I
But
it.
just
chill.
did.
But
I bought it
chill.
right there.
But chill. Hear me out.
Off of Marketplace?
Chill. Hear me out. Hear me out.
You
But chill. Hear me out. I was the guy telling you about the Magic. I was the guy that told you about the Thunder. I was the guy that was
Right.
sitting here with Mars telling you about the Rockets. I seen it all. There's no way I seen Monty Williams, a guy that we all assume was a good coach at the very least. I didn't expect him to be a terrorist. I couldn't expect that.
Now, mind you, Damo, you've sold me stuff in the past that I bought, so it was from a pretty reliable source. All right, okay, so I ain't had no problem buying something off the street from Damo and plug it in and see if it worked. Because I bought stuff off him before and it did work. I got it home and this worked.
So one
Man,
or two duds from Damo ain't that bad. Then. One or two duds ain't that bad.
I plugged this in and it's smoking, and the next thing I know, it's fire coming out of it. I'm like, Damo done sold me a dud. This is what I'm doing.
It fell off the truck a little too hard, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know it fell off the truck that hard.
Damo, did
It
it
is
come back
weird.
with? Did it come with a money back guarantee? Did it come with a? Can Chill get his money back? Or it's over with?
Man, hell no. I ain't no refunds. What?
What?
That money,
All
that
sales are
money, in my,
final.
that money in my
All
hand.
sales are
I'm about to say
final.
that money in my daughter. Hey, that's in her pantry downstairs. I ain't got that.
It's over with.
No, I got.
No, don't say that because now you making me feel kind of bad.
Yeah, man. You know, I ain't got it like that. I'm just out here struggling, scraping by, man, and just trying to make a
All right,
living.
that's cool. Look, I don't want the money. Move your head a little to the side.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Other way. Not Jalen's.
Yo, Jay. Oh, wait, another cute.
Yeah, not that crown. Keep going. A little bit to the left. A little bit to the left.
Wait, is that Sailor Moon?
Your other way.
Other way. He trying to hide it.
right.
Other way.
Your other left. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yo, Ron, what you looking for?
Damo know what I'm looking at.
What is it, Dama?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Almost up right now. He's up.
Not
Yeah.
the
I
flag.
don't want to go into no piggy banks or nothing. Just send me that.
Not the flag.
Right there. I'll represent for you. I'll represent.
Use it as collateral. You
Get
muted,
it on.
Dama.
Oh, Ron, I'll do this.
What's up?
I'll raise you something else of equal or even higher value. Now, I can't show it because I am sure it's TOS, but I'll send you. I got this beautiful canvas Mona Lisa that I think you would love. I'm sending it to you right now. You ain't got to show it, but I'm pretty sure that will look real nice on your wall. I just sent it to you. I think you like the Mona Lisa, man. I think that's
cool.
Hey,
Hey, also too, you got one of the Mona Lisas walking around North Carolina that you don't associate with. We'll talk after the show. Joe sent through a super chat and said, "Hey guys, Pelicans fans here. The only thing holding this thing or holding the Pelicans back is health and coaching."
Y'all don't like the coach down there?
I like him.
What's his name? Willie.
I don't mind Willie Green. Willie Green's not a bad coach.
Yeah, he's a good
Give some
coach.
more time. Give some more time.
I just don't trust their number one option. Well, number two option now, actually.
Joe said Zion and BI are both two non-3-point shooters. Both have health problems. They don't fit well together. Trade BI, build around Zion from a Pels fan.
I can't wrap my head around that. Trading BI instead of Zion, I can't wrap my head around that.
Especially considering how available Zion's been. You wow for that.
And that's not even where I'd start, Chitchat. Like that's
where did you get that from, bro?
That's crazy. That's disrespectful.
Don't worry about that.
Man, I'm sending a link to him and asking for a friend.
That's a real Mona Lisa right there, man. Everybody in the PC chat, I put it there. That's a real Mona Lisa right there.
That's a girl
asking
woman.
for a friend.
Yo, Avery B said, did I hear that correctly? You guys saying Ingram is better than Zion? Question mark. Zion is a better scorer, more efficient, higher ceiling, and a lower floor.
Those come in black. You know what I'm saying? Asking for a friend again. Does it come in black?
Man, what y'all talking about?
Ain't no Monica Lisas up there, man. What are you talking about?
I need the Keisha Lisa, boy.
It looks like Monica Lewinsky up there.
Yeah, Ron, you know you want that Mona Lisa, man. Come on, dog.
That's crazy.
All right, look, the Mona Lisa in the Avengers.
I can slide that.
All right, we'll talk. Teddy Hart said, "Chill's troll alert alarm reminds me of Eddie Murphy's joke in Raw. Pull over."
Shout out.
Hey, that's an under. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. My granddad and my uncle put me on to that comedy special. Hey, shout out Eddie Murphy. I ain't know I'm a young guy. I ain't know Eddie Murphy was funny like that. I ain't gonna.
Eddie Murphy had it.
Just so you know, Damo, today he would be canceled. He would be canceled today. There's no way he would be able to. There's no way he would be able to get what he was getting off back then. But it was funny as hell. 100%.
But Eddie Murphy was that dude back then, though.
Well, Delirious is still one of the greatest stand-ups ever.
The Gates T-bit is hilarious. I'm sorry. That was.
All right, y'all. I guess this would be a good time to go ahead and do some predictions for the games tonight. We obviously have the Lakers and the Suns. They play second. And before that, we have the Bucks and the Knicks. Let's start with the Bucks and the Knicks. Who do you guys think will come up victorious tonight? Who's going to Vegas?
Bucks running. The Bucks
We're
running.
gonna go with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson's gonna drop a nice little 35 piece, 40 piece on him. Julius Randle's gonna get you his 20 and 10. RJ Barrett gonna show up. Dame Lillard gonna freeze up. Giannis is gonna do his thing, probably get you 32. But give me the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson's gonna be the best player on the court tonight.
All right, SB, who you got?
I mean, I see my Chicago Bulls without Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan beat this Milwaukee Bucks team healthy. So it is a one game. Anything can happen. You know, I didn't expect the Kings to lose. I actually had the Kings, even though I like messing with Ox, but I actually had the Kings winning. So anything is possible. So I'm expecting to see a possible upset tonight. And the Knicks actually get the job done.
Welcome to the show, Dub. Nice of you to show up in the last 5 minutes. Who's winning tonight, Milwaukee or New York?
I'm glad you asked me, bro, because as much hate as people give me, man, go tune into Even the Odds, bro. We've been doing really good over there, winning some people some bread, bro. This Friday was really good weekend for us. So, you know, the person that don't know basketball is right about a lot, so just keep that in mind. But right now, I think the Bucks should be able to beat the Knicks. I think last game, the crazy thing is I was going to bet on the Pelicans and the Pacers to win last night. But, yeah, I think them two of the underdogs winning last night is kind of crazy. So I think the Bucks should beat the Knicks. And I think the Suns, depending on if KD and Devin Booker's playing tonight, I think the Suns is going to surprise you and beat the Lakers tonight too.
Dub, send me a parlay, my boy.
I got you, fam.
See, Doug, I don't think that's much of a. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. I don't think that's much of a surprise, Dub. I got the Suns beating the Lakers tonight. And I think the East. I definitely got Milwaukee. I like a good game from Dame tonight. I think Dame gonna start getting it rolling. You know, start silencing some of the headers a little bit, including me and Damo. You know, so yeah, I got the Bucks and I got the Suns.
This in-season tournament is dope as hell. I actually do like it.
Is there playoff implications, Doug?
Next season they should look into that to see if they can affect the playoffs. But I'm not looking at the Pacers like, oh yeah, I'm worried about them making out the East. I'm not looking at them like that.
Hey, Dub, hold on, wait. This is my suggestion. If you win the in-season tournament and you're a top 5 seed, you can automatically get home court advantage.
I don't think that's too crazy. I don't think that's too crazy. And I think
you still got to be a top 5 seed. So at least
I think next year they should look into including more teams because the fact that there's only 8 teams, I'm kind of disappointed for that.
Chill, Damo. Can I get your predictions on the Knicks and Bucks game tonight?
Give me.
Go ahead, Damo. I'm sorry.
My fault. Give me the Bucks. Despite Damian Lillard looking like a little better version of Kemba Walker, Giannis is gonna pull it out.
A little what? Are you kidding me?
Kidding you about what?
You know, you calling Dame a little bit better than Kemba Walker?
Yeah.
I don't have time for this, Ron.
You're not here for Kemba Walker?
I'm not. We don't have. No
hey man. Always remember, Doug.
I don't even.
He's more for the Kemba than he is the Steph, man. Remember that.
Oh man.
Hey, look, man, the Bulls just beat them without their 2 best players. So
wait, Damo, if I'm correctly hearing you, in your words, I'm taking this translation straight from the Book of Damo, the Book of Dominations. Are you saying that Damian Lillard is Baguette Kemba?
No, not Baguette Kemba. He's Bay Area Kemba. He's from the Bay. He's Oakland. He Bay Area Kemba. That's what he is. Just like how Rudy Gobert's Baguette Biombo, he Bay Area Kemba.
So he sideshow. Yo, so Damo, he sideshow Kemba.
Low key, high key actually, high key.
Dame being hyphy Kimba is
He
crazy.
sugar-free Kimba, man. He sugar-free Kimba. Come on.
Take them glasses off, bro. I don't know what the hell you doing. Ever since you put them glasses on, bro, you just been tripping, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, don't talk to Chill like that.
Wait.
Put your glasses back on.
Wait. No. Real
Glasses
question.
back on.
No, serious question. Is he closer to Steph or Kimba?
Steph.
Nah, you're just wrong. All right, agree to disagree.
Kimba isn't close to Damian Lillard. What are we doing right now?
And Dame is close to that.
Yo, Chill.
What's
I
happening
gotta
right
calm
now?
you down because I need you. Chill. I need you to focus because I need your prediction. I'm sorry that just happened. I'm sorry that I antagonized that. My bad.
Anyway,
shout out to the
You're gonna give him an aneurysm, bro.
So
Dame is Kimba with 3 albums. That's it.
So the Milwaukee Bucks got one of the worst defense in the league. The Milwaukee Bucks got one of the worst defenses in the league. I think they're in the bottom five in the league in points allowed. The Knicks got one of the best defenses in the league. I think the continuity is a little bit better. I think they handle Milwaukee tonight. I don't think they beat Milwaukee. I don't think they smoked Milwaukee. I think they handle them tonight.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Okay.
With the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns, the difference is in the paint, and I think that the Lakers handle them again.
Anthony Davis needs to have an easy 30 tonight.
Yeah, I think they handle them again.
Nurkic got to go at him like he went at.
But they got Devin Booker back. That's the key difference right there.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
And even without Devin Booker being there, they only lost that game by what, like 3 points? So, yeah. So I'm not. Man, I'm buying that Sun stock right now, bro. They had
remember Braun went on that tear at the end of the game.
Yeah. Listen, they on like that low. They are their low market right now.
Was going out
their stock is low. They have penny stock right now. So you bought a stock right now and watch it explode later on in the season, bro. You buy low and then sell high, man. That stock about to skyrocket.
The Suns a penny stock right now, bro?
Huh?
I mean, the Bucks might be a penny stock right now. The Suns ain't a penny stock.
Just let me say stuff, bro. Like
no,
like,
you cannot.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh, and Chill Sound. Shout out to them 49ers.
You like that?
They showed up, man. They showed up.
Before you go any further, don't talk to me. Talk to my man over here on the end because he's the Philadelphia Eagles fan. Talk to him. Do it on the end.
Why are we doing this?
Bang, hey, OG, one time I say bang, bang. Now
I'm gonna say all of a sudden it's PC Gridiron. Get him, Chill.
I'm gonna say what I said. I'm gonna say what I said the other night.
I've never been on Gridiron before.
At the end of the day, let's not forget we've seen this 49ers crew blow out the Los Angeles Rams, beat the Los Angeles Rams in 2021 in the regular season, and was still able to lose in the playoffs. So I don't care about the regular season. I don't care if they blowing them out. At the end of the day, what happens in the playoffs? We could have this conversation when they meet up in the playoffs. You feel me?
But you're not telling the whole story, Doug.
He's not. He's not because again, you left out some key facts like the fact that game that if we do see you guys in the NFC Championship in a month, you're probably gonna have to get on a bird and you're gonna have to come out to the Bay to come see us. We're not coming back to Philadelphia, so that's
have the better record right now. So
right now we're only one game. We're only one game behind you dudes. But I feel like what we're doing right now, the way we running the football, I think Christian McCaffrey is the league MVP. If season ended,
Christian McCaffrey's going ballistic.
Oh
my god!
I think he's
Shout out CJ.
Hey, South Florida is where the MVP of the NFL resides, baby. Big Hill, Big Cheetah stuff. Stop playing.
Now, look, problem with McCaffrey is the Brock Purdy tax. Brock Purdy has MVP.
Y'all know damn well.
No,
Brock Purdy's getting MVP love too.
Sure, does Brock Purdy belong to be in the MVP conversation?
I'm not saying he deserves it, but he's going to get MVP love too.
Be objective.
Chill,
Tom. Be objective here. Be objective.
He's got the numbers, but no.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to
only way Brock Purdy going to get it because it's a quarterback award.
No.
It's a
the
quarterback
problem. When you have two
award.
guys playing that well, they're going to split some votes, or they're not going to give it to McCaffrey because they'll say he has Purdy.
Tyreek Hill, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Doug. Tyreek Hill, if he keeps going, he's on pace to have almost 2,100 yards before the season's over.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
But we're talking about a Christian McCaffrey who's on pace to break LaDainian Tomlinson's single-season touchdown record. So that's what we're doing right now.
They both going ballistic right now.
That's what we're doing.
What's the TD record for wide receivers? Because Tyreek Hill got 12 right now.
It's like 25.
Jerry Rice.
No,
Rice.
Randy
Jerry
Moss
Rice.
broke it.
Yeah,
Randy Moss
yeah.
broke it. Randy Moss broke it. Randy Moss broke the record.
Yeah, but
Oh,
hey,
you're not breaking
honestly,
that.
Dub,
That's
Dub,
insane.
Dub, this should be the year because we all know that the MVP is a quarterback award, but this should be the year where a quarterback don't win. I think it's other players playing good. There's no quarterback that's just blowing me away.
In
But I'm just
reality,
like, yeah.
though, the most important
Fellas,
player in the league
fellas.
is CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is
Fellas.
the most important guy to his team.
Oh,
That's what
Open. I hate to end the conversation. I love football. I love gridiron. But Open Gym is next. We're cutting into their time, so we got to end the show. So Dub can go over there and flame broil anybody that comes in.
Ron, let me ask Dub something real quick. It's gonna be real quick. Hey Dub, we talked about something yesterday. I think you might have missed it. If the Timberwolves win the ring this year, if the Timberwolves win the championship this year, does that put Mike Conley ahead of CP3?
For all these winning merchants, I guess so. Why not?
Right.
All right,
I
fellas.
mean, for Dub,
y'all tomorrow.
you would have to ask Dub. Does it put Mike Conley ahead of Dwayne Wade?
I see
Well,
y'all
let's
dudes
be
tomorrow.
honest.
CP3's ahead of Dwayne Wade.
I'll be
You know,
easy to-
like,
Well, let's be honest. Well, let's be honest though. How many people big up Jason Kidd for winning on the 2011 Mavericks?
Nobody.
So I don't expect people to do that thing with Mike Conley.
No.
I'll big up Jason Kidd.
Well, big up Jason Kidd for what he did on the Nets, but not for winning on
Jason Kidd,
2011.
Jason Kidd.
It's like
But
Gary
I mean,
Payton
Jason,
when he got the Heat.
y'all saying it like J Kidd didn't, you know what I'm saying?
He
Didn't
played a role. He
contribute
played a
heavily
role.
to that
He
ring.
got-
He
J Kidd was
contributed
a
heavily
dog.
to that
No,
ring.
that's not the
he played a
point.
role.
The
He
point
played a role.
is like nobody's like, yeah, Jason Kidd's better than this player because,
Yeah.
or Jason
won
Kidd's
in
better than John
2011.
Stockton because he won in 2011.
Yeah.
Like, I've
But
never heard
that's
that
because
talk before.
that's just because J Kidd don't need that because J Kidd was so
A
dope.
dog.
I
He
agree.
He don't need that. I think Mike Conley, on the other hand, he was dope too, but not close to as dope as J
course,
Kidd. So
yeah.
he's gonna need that ring to get into these conversations. He's contributing as well.
But he don't
So
need to
that's
really
all I'm
get in the
saying.
Hall of Fame because they're letting anybody in nowadays. So
No,
Yeah,
Mike
but nah,
Conley
this ain't the
getting
Hall
that.
of
He ain't
Fame
getting
debate.
Fame.
This ain't the Hall of
He
Fame
ain't
debate.
getting
This
that.
is directly a Chris Paul slander debate.
hey,
Yeah, I forgot how y'all get nasty, bro.
hey, Dub,
Chris Paul one of the goats.
did you slept well Sunday night?
Yeah, I got some.
Because y'all got the brakes beat off of y'all. and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? We played the 49ers the week before, and they did something kind of similar. Oh, well, y'all seen it. It was Thanksgiving game. But
Nobody watched that shit.
You know what's crazy? The Niners are going to lose again the Eagles are going to lose again to the Cowboys this week.
All right,
It's
bro.
going to be
Hold
bad.
on.
all
It's
righty,
gonna
all
be
righty.
bad for the Eagles.
We can go ahead and stop penalizing.
Now
that.
watching that game, bro. If you would have told me that the Eagles would have got destroyed in the trenches on both sides of the ball, I would have never believed you, bro. They got destroyed. Like the offensive and defensive line was just cooking us, bro. It was
Dub, tell the
insane.
truth. You was crying like Jalen Carter? Not
I
this Jalen Carter.
I was working.
That Jalen Carter.
I was working at the same time, so I couldn't really be crying like that.
He was working at the same time. He was working it. Hey, y'all ever been working and getting worked? That's what he was
That's what was
doing.
happening, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was sad, bro. That was sad.
Shit.
Bro, I know after the
Getting
first
worked
two,
is work.
like when Niners went 3-0 the first couple times, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a long night for the Niners, and they just woke up. The start of the game, the
Debo
Eagles look
went
good.
crazy.
Yeah, no,
If you can't capitalize off of that, bro, I mean, you can't gain that momentum. So the 49ers were just able to gain the momentum
Yeah.
before the Eagles.
Hey, right quick before we get up out of here, I do want to say this because I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Do you guys think it would be dope if the playing tournament had a finals of the Knicks and the Lakers? Y'all think that'd be fire? Just due to location, franchises, prestige, and all of that.
That'd
And
be
we've
dope.
never seen that before too, at least up to my knowledge.
I think that'll be
Yeah.
dope.
The Lakers and the Knicks playing each other in Vegas. Yeah, that'd be fire. It'll be a
Well,
lot of
people-
people going to that game.
Be prepared to see the Pelicans versus the Pacers. You're gonna be upset.
I'm telling y'all,
Your
bro. Next
expectations low.
season, they should include 12 teams. I think they should include 12 teams.
I wanted to see the Magic in. I'm mad at my
12,
Chicago
12
Bulls
teams,
for
12
left.
teams in Vegas, or still just 4 teams in Vegas?
12 teams.
No,
in
still
Vegas.
4.
Like the
No,
tournament,
no, 4.
like the
The 4 teams in
elimination
Vegas.
games, it should be
Yeah.
12 teams.
So
Not
2
18.
teams get a bye. So 2 teams will get a bye, and
Yeah, something like that. I would like that.
Yeah,
bro.
that'd be nice.
Also, if they go to Vegas, they can make it literally where it's like a four-day tournament where it's back to back to back. I don't know how beneficial that'd be because it's a lot of old niggas in the league. But
one thing I
you
want
know,
to
This ain't AAU.
well, no,
Yeah,
one thing I
let's be
want.
real. Let's be real. Even though we hated on it, I remember when we was having
Mhm.
those meaningless tournaments back in when I used to be wrestling in high school. Some of the tournaments we're doing, like we just know they don't mean nothing. It's still fun. It's still fun to be a part of. It's still fun standing at the podium. You feel me? Winning. You know, it's still dope. It's a dope experience. So, and it's good for the fans. It was good for the fandom. It was good for the people being there. Man, they gotta do more of these. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the tournaments this season.
What I would suggest though is they treat it like how like March Madness is. I think like once it should be like an in-season tournament. I didn't kind of like this day was an in-season tournament game, then like 2 games was like regular season. I'd rather just go for a straight month through all in-season tournament months so to keep the hype going for the whole month. That'd be decent to me.
All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here, wrap things up. Hey, Jalen, who's Jessica?
I don't know.
That's your little sister.
I don't know.
Hey, chat, we got him. We got him. Did you see his reaction?
Chat, let's be real. Ron and me. Who Jessica? Let's be real. It isn't really a conversation. Shout out Jessica.
You better stop talking about it.
Hey, yo, my boy, you wildin'.
That's my mother's name, bro. You better watch out.
Oh,
Shout out.
all right. Well, on
All right.
that note, we up out of here.